Schaefer and Donovan.
This is The Bunt, the number one podcast in skateboarding. Brought to you by the number one shoe in skateboarding, Vans. Off the wall since 1960, motherfucking 6. I'm D Jones. I got my main man, the Ghost, with me. We got Richie Valdez and Antoine behind the scenes.
It's a cool thing.
Ghost, I surprised you with this one, man. You know, had this one up my sleeve. I knew this was going to be a very special episode, man. I heard this was a super funny guest, a great storyteller, and he came through, man. Tell the people what we got going on this week.
Bro, epic, funny ass interview. I hope people, if they're not familiar, still tune in, because one of my favorite interviews we've done, Mr. Colin Brophy himself. I remember Donald texted me. He's like, yo, Brophy, or maybe you said Colin, but whatever, you texted me, and I thought you were talking about Andrew Brophy, and I was hella confused. It just seemed like a random selection for you, and then it made way more sense when I was like, oh, we talking the back three legend? I mean, back three kickflip legend. Yeah, great stories. Had us in tears with that first crazy story.
Dying,
the car one. So yeah, lock in for that fucking funny ass shit. We gotta fucking meet that dude and skate with him one day too. Get a clip in the Bunt video, you dig? Then we take it, straight to the post office. Very wholesome, nice post office this week. And then it's week 1, baby. We fucking back. NFL is happening right now. Buffalo getting smoked by Baltimore as we speak. Love to see it, man. What's up?
What do you mean love to see it, bro? Why do you have to just to add that in there? Yeah, super hyped to have Colin on the pod. Hopefully get him to the Bunt Jam next summer. Do one of those adult toy game of skates after the bar or something. We talking the game of skate the world's been waiting on, right?
What, the Davis versus
Sousa? JP. Yeah,
I would love that. Couple scrubs. Still got it.
So make sure, follow us on Instagram at The Bunt Live. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/@TheBuntLive. Hit up our Patreon, patreon.com/The Bunt. And then thebuntlive.com at 7 p.m. tonight, Wednesday. The web store is open.
If you hear this, the web store is open. You know what I'm saying? Don't walk, run. You know what I'm saying? Super limited, because shout out to the shops. Most of it went to them, but we got a little left for the website. So hit it up. Don't sleep, because probably not going to last too long. But hats for days. You got to get the new hats, straight fire. Donald's got one on right now. Fuck, I've got one. Let me put one on real quick. Still, the other one.
Yeah, we got 2 hats, 2 t-shirts, shorts, and some new Yeti bottles. Please head over to the website, man. Yeah, there's the other one. Oh shit, look at this looking way flyer already, man. Where that thing been?
Dig?
Oh,
you dig?
God.
Shit.
And then, if you're in Toronto, September 13th, it's going down. We did a barbecue in Detroit, and we're like, you know what? We got to do this shit in our backyard as well. There was no Bunt Jam in Toronto this summer, so we still holding it down for the city. And we got some of our favorite skaters, and obviously everyone's favorite skaters, Tanner Brzezinski, the main man, our Brazilian uncle, JP Sousa in the building, and Carlos Ribeiro, plus some extra special guests. Please come out. Free barbecue, free food for everyone. We're going to do a best trick for some cash, and then we play in the game of knockout again. Save as the defending champ. I don't know why I got no money for the house game, and Safa got all the money for the
what
random public game. It's all right.
What money did I get?
I'm coming for that crown. All right.
Just for the record, I gave that money to Mitch Barrett because he filmed everything on Instagram. Love you, Mitch. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the least we could do, no Bunt Jam, we feel horrible, is at least hook up the people with a free burger. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, pull up, bro. I can't wait. Carlos coming to Toronto. We're filming for the Bunt video for a few days. That's definitely one of my all-time favorites. But you cracked me up just calling JP our Brazilian uncle. We're both older than him.
Bro,
but he does have
how it is,
drunk
bro.
uncle vibes.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
And in Detroit, we did hot dogs and chicken wings. But here in T-Dot, with Bus Up, we offering burgers, smash burgers to the people, free 99. Shout out to homie Ryan Ramirez, gonna handle the grill all day. Let's get it, man. Come have a burger, maybe skate, hang out with the squad. And then we didn't do this in Detroit because, you know, it was a strict filming mission. But in T-Dot, we having an after party, brother.
Should we announce that? I feel like we might blow the place out still, but yeah, we're going to Benito's on Ossington after, you know what I'm saying, pull up. But the special part about that is after all these years, we're so hyped and honored to have a Van shoe, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vans. I can't wait for y'all to see it. Or I guess it'll already be seen by the time this comes out.
It'll
right?
be seen, bro. Let the news fly, man. Hit the fucking breaking news.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's
flip it around.
It's,
Yeah, that's the one,
damn.
baby.
Can you see the basketball? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? We shooting hoops. Oh, I got mine a little scuffed. I'm rocking them. But, yo, it's Kerr and Caples times the Bunt, man. Don't fucking play games. You dig? Got that
That's
basketball leather.
Who's on the
us
phone
too,
now?
man.
Oh, is that you,
Yeah.
Colin? Oh, it's the bank because we hit it big. Yeah? Yeah, you can take out that cash. No problem.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Andy Pitts, shout out.
That's right.
Our
Shout out
boy.
Curran, man. That's our fucking dog right there. Bunt Jam
we
legend.
said, exactly. We said the clothes were limited. You've never heard of the definition of limited until you've seen the Bunt shoe. So do not
we
waste
fucking
a
made
second.
it, motherfuckers. We fucking did it. We finally got a shoe. Can you believe it? Dreams really do come true, man. Let's fucking go.
I'm gonna have to get a switch tray in them things, man.
Yeah.
Real
Y'all
spiel.
motherfuckers gonna have to get your shoes, dog. All right, Ghost. Y'all know what time it is. He watches the videos, so we don't have to. Shout out of the week.
You already know what time it is. It's shout out of the week. Brought to you by The Den, your source for all the best videos carefully curated by people like us at The Bunt, never by an algorithm. At this point, we've all had the conversation. Videos are coming out at a breakneck speed, and it's nearly impossible to weed through every release to find the gems. Luckily, our homies over at The Den put in the work so you don't have to. If it's in the app, it's vetted by real people who know what's up, not by some big corporate algorithm trying to keep you scrolling instead of out in the streets filming. Whether you're browsing by brand, shop, filmer, or just throwing on the Den TV and kicking back, you can be sure you're in good hands. The Den, available for free on iPhone, Android, web, Apple TV, and the newly released Amazon Fire TV app. You know what? I felt like last week we were so fried from getting back from the Glory Challenge that we didn't actually give it the love it deserved. So I'm going Dime Glory Challenge recap after 3 years off. Came back with a bang, bro. Honored to be there. Proud of everyone involved. Y'all should be hella proud of yourselves. I've never seen anything like that. I think 6,000 plus sold out a tennis stadium.
That was crazy. Yeah, one time Connor said 17,000, bro, and I would have believed it. You know?
Yo, also Satan's Drano, bro. The food smacking. Everything was perfect. All the boys at Dime, Josh, fucking Bob, Drano gang, everyone. That was so fucking fun. Go watch the recap. That shit was fucking epic. You dig? Oh, what was your favorite memory? Let's go from the event real quick.
Dude, I got to take my son to the event. He sat in the chairs and watched from 2:30 p.m. till 9:30. So shout out to him. I think one of the cutest things is he had a tech deck. Johnny Purcell gave him another tech deck. Him and Johnny became homies over the weekend. That was awesome. But story was like, I'm going to pick my favorite skater who does my favorite trick, and I'm going to give him this tech deck. And I was like, that's awesome. They don't really need it, but it's a great thought, you know?
Yeah.
And after Curran's Smith grind down the rail, Story hit the Valdez and said Curran gets the tech deck. So we're holding.
Did you get it to
him? No, I didn't see it because we had to leave a little early because didn't want to get stuck in that crazy Uber line of sin. So that was it. Curran Smith grind, Story hitting the Valdez. It's awesome.
First obstacle of the day, and you know what? I think my favorite thing was also from that. I'm a slight remix on that, but you know what I'm saying? Elijah, that 5-0 was ridiculous. Yeah, the crazy thing about that day is like, I mean, we've been doing events for a few years now too, so you always want like a couple moments like that throughout the day, and it's always great to end on one like that, and then everyone's stoked. There was so many of those moments in one day. It was like hard to even process. Like Sheckler as a whole might have been
dude,
my
that was
thing,
beautiful.
though.
That was beautiful, man. To see someone, you know, who's not had a rough run by any means, but you know, there's been some hate. He had the life of Ryan, and then he had the biggest bunt of all time. But now we're talking like he extended his career 10 years potentially, man. Like Red Bull's gonna re-up. They gotta re-up now after seeing what he did. It was great. And one of the craziest things is he was doing the kick Indy on the big pyramid, and Tom Shar hit it first. He got some cheers. Sheckler hits it second. Crowd goes wild. That's the respect he deserves. That was a beautiful thing.
We got love for Tom Shar here. He came and put on an absolute clinic at the Bunt in Melbourne. But I will say, I think he should have left the kick Indy alone and just let Sheckler have that. You know, the crowd needed that, wanted that, and it didn't take away because everyone still exploded when he did it. But then he did it on the higher one, like again. I'm like, bro, just let Sheck Daddy have that one, you dig? Dude. But anyways, Tom Shar went nuclear all day as well. He's something else to watch in person, man.
And this is like a fantasy sports take. Like, I feel like Rome was one of your like drafted rookies from like years ago, you know, that like you have this like, yo, I found Rome type thing.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing him go absolutely crazy was epic. He killed it, man. Shout out to Rome.
Yeah, he's got that light-footedness. He's crispy as fuck and real. You know what I'm saying? You guys better do right by Rome, man. Sign them, man.
Dude, and Haley Wilson hitting the kickflip over the pyramid. I mean, there's too many. Like, but that was huge. Shout out Haley. That was fucking epic.
Yeah.
All right. My shout out of the week. Barking at the Knot. This is probably the inspiration behind the Colin Brophy interview. Seamus Foster puts out a masterpiece, Salt Lake City masterpiece. Has a bunch of other skaters. Our homies Jed's in there. And Colin Brophy absolutely killer at the end with the back three kickflip, heard around the world. Had to get that in there, man. I've been waiting all summer to shout this video out. Love that shit, Seamus. You did a hell of a job, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, Ghosts. Only one thing left to do before we get into this interview. I've been sober,
bro.
I've been sober, dude.
Bro,
I'm
TMI,
sober now.
but like, bro, I just got home from Malto's bachelor party. One of the craziest, funnest 48 hours of my life, but I literally missed my flight this morning. I took everything in me to not puke in the cab on the way there. Saw Curran out front, hopped in his cab, and like he was looking at me like I kept putting the window down and then putting it back up, like trying to like I was fucked. And then I missed my flight, and then I slept for a couple hours. Got the next one, almost puked on takeoff, then almost puked on landing. And on the next one, I'm like, all right, I'm in the clear. Almost puked again on takeoff. And then I had a glass of ginger ale thinking that would like help my stomach, and I just puked like crazy. And I got up, bro, the plane's going down, so they're like, everyone sit down and like do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, to my guy next to me, I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here. And then I go to the fucking bathroom, and the flight attendant's like putting stuff away, like getting ready to land. And there's someone in the bathroom. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, yo, I need a bag right now. And she's like, grabs me a plastic bag, and I just puked right in front of her. Pure liquid. It was so.
Bro.
And yo, you know when your body like makes those uncontrollable noises, like everyone in the back seats knew it was popping. And then I went in the bathroom to finish, and it was like the loudest like. And when I walked back out, I just felt everyone's eyes on me. I was so embarrassed, but also didn't really care. I'm like, yo, I am dead. I am dead. That's right your now, people.
And that's your Beamer ad for the week. If you're not like Safa and you're looking for some Beamer and some good food, head down to Dover Court and Queen. You can hit up Bar Poet. They got the coldest Beamers in the world. They got pizza, they got pasta, they got salad, and they got a great atmosphere, man. Like they usually got a DJ in there. They got those fake trees. Feels like you're in some sort of rainforest vibe. It's perfect. Date night, Friday night, Saturday night, or if you're going out with the boys or family, do your thing. Bar Poet, a Beamer is always better with pizza, man. All right, let's get this interview popped. All right, let's get this thing started. We got Colin Brophy in the motherfucking building, the pride of Salt Lake City. What's cracking, dog?
Yo, not much, Donovan. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, Safa.
Hell yeah,
dude.
G.
Big fans of yours over here. Big fans, man.
Hey, I'm a big fan of you guys as well.
That's what's up, bro. So, I mean, if you're a big fan, you know the drill. We start every show off the same. You got to hit us with your favorite skate moment and your favorite sports moment.
Definitely my favorite skate moments are all just skate trips with my homies from Salt Lake City. Like, I've been going on skate trips since I was like 16. But my favorite one was when we took 2 cars of SLC dudes and we drove from Salt Lake up through Idaho all the way to Portland. And then we went to the coast, the Oregon coast. And we just like skated skate parks and camped. Yeah, all the best stories and all the funnest stuff happens when you're with the homies. But one that I think is a little more relevant to the pod is one time when I was in LA and I went to Jaquan, and I was just like, it was one of my best skate days ever. And the crew was insane. Like I was just there with my one friend Rico, but like there were people from all over the world there. The plaza was packed. And also Stevie Williams was there. And the guy I was hanging with, my friend Rico, who lived there at the time, lived in LA. He was like friends with Stevie. They were just homies. Like they would hang out at the same parties and like they both lived downtown and stuff like that. So me and Rico were filming each other at Jaquan. And I filmed Rico get some good clips, and then like he was filming me try this line. And I ended up doing the line. Afterwards, Rico was hanging out like in the gang with like Stevie and a bunch of heads, and Rico was like, come here, Brophy. And like I pulled up and said what up, and Stevie was like, I fuck with that line, and he like dapped me up. And yeah, that was pretty cool, and like I won't forget that. And I think he was being genuine. I posted all the clips from that day on my Instagram when I was in LA, like that night or something. And like randomly Guy Mariano started following me, like wrote like fire. He like wrote fire he like commented fire on my post. And like, that was a huge deal, man. I was like kissing my own ass after that for sure. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, what was the line? The line?
The line was a pop shove it, nose grind, revert.
Oh, that's Stevie Styles to start.
And then I just like kind of switch Mongo push, and then like just slowly move my front foot forward and turned around. So then I was just going regular.
Oh,
little illegal. Little illegal. I knew Safa wasn't going to like that.
Shit.
But it was fly in my opinion. And then I did on the little edges, I did big spin back lit to regular.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, Stevie was fucking with the Safa.
That's fucking epic.
That's dope. That's dope.
Dude.
The Stevie part's dope. The tricks are dope. I just don't like, there's just got to be a better way to get back to regular, or just do a pop shove nose grind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, watch the line, Safa. Watch the line. I'll send it to you, dog. I'll send it to you.
But the Guy Mariano
Please do.
clip that's epic, man. Or the
Yeah,
comment.
he followed me and he wrote a little fire on that, and like, yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
That's huge. All right, sports moment. What y'all got out there, man? The Utah Jazz or something?
I would get excommunicated from the fam if I didn't talk about the Eagles or the Phillies. And yeah, 2018, you know, Eagles against the Patriots, the first Super Bowl for the Eagles, bro. I was in SLC here, and I had a little party because my dad was actually in Philly. He didn't actually get to go to the game, but he went to go watch the game with his family and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so his house was empty. And so I had all my friends here, and we watched the game and stuff. And then we won. And then my favorite part about all this, though, was the next time I saw my uncle, basically, Billy O'Keefe, my dad's best friend. This is just like some East Coast love right here. I was telling him, like, yeah, Billy, I had all my friends over and we watched the Eagles kick the Patriots' ass. And Billy O'Keefe gave me some true East Coast, like, tough guy shit. And he was like, Colin, you'll never know what that win meant for this city. And so, because I don't know what it meant for that city, but when he told me that, I kind of got the vibe, like, yeah, I don't know what it meant. It was a big deal, man.
It was huge, bro. That was, you know, there's so much anticipation for Super Bowls, and half the time they turn out to be shitty games. That might be one of the best ones of all time. Back and forth to the bitter end.
Yeah.
But
that was good.
The best part about that game was, remember the conference finals in both leagues? It was like Brady and 3 scrubs left. I forget the third, but it was like Blake Bortles, Brady, Nick Foles, and someone else, like, pretty shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was almost like, oh, this is about to be whack, like the most boring Super Bowl beatdown. Mm-hmm. And then we got treated to such a show.
That was
I'm glad I didn't say last year's game, because I was rooting for the Chiefs, but Donna was rooting for the Patriots at the time. So that was
Safa got a win there.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You know the drill, G. Take us back to the beginning. Where'd you come up and how'd you get into skating?
I was born in San Diego, actually, and I moved to Salt Lake City when I was about 5 or 6. So I grew up in Salt Lake City. And I moved here with my dad and my sister, and my mom stayed in San Diego. I got into skating because every year for my Christmas break, my school Christmas break, around Christmas, we get 2 weeks off. My dad would fly me to San Diego to see my mom. And so I was right in like Carlsbad, Encinitas area, and there were a bunch of skate parks and stuff. And then at the same time in Salt Lake City, my neighbor right across the street was an older guy who skated. He was probably like 18. His name was Mark White, and his friend was named Austin Namba. And those guys actually were like amazing skaters. So when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, I would look out my window, and they had like a little launch ramp, even though they were like street skaters, but they did have like a little launch ramp and stuff. And they would skate till like the sun went down at like 9:30, 10 p.m. in the summertime. And they didn't really fuck with me though. Like my sister hung out with their little sister. And one time I went over there, and like I can't remember how it came about, but basically they called me chubby. They were like,
kids are
I
so
think
cool,
they said
man.
like, they were like 18, like I said, but I think they were like, yo, like you look a little chubby in that sweater or something. And I just like laughed with them. Like I was like, oh shit, ha 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 ha. And like, I was like, and then they like, maybe we made some more jokes. And then like, I was like, oh, those like, we're kind of cool now. So, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a board. And they were like, yeah, you should get a board. They were pretty cool after that. But, I took that joke well, and they were like, yeah, you should get a board. We got you. And so I ended up getting a board, and maybe a year down the line, like they gave me a bunch of VHSs. They gave me like reel to reel.
Oh,
they let me watch like their feedback video, and they were amazing. Like actually Austin Namba, one of the dudes who was skating right across the street from me, I don't know if you remember, but the girl skateboards used to have like those contests at their little park. And like Austin Namba actually won one of those contests one time. And he could have came up. He was amazing, man, like an amazing tech ledge skater. So I had like some cool people living right across the street from me. That's how I got into it.
That's fire.
Yeah.
They got you started right, man, with reel to reel and shit, feedback.
Yeah. I Baker 2G, bootleg 3000. I had like crazy dope
Wow.
videos that I had to hide from my dad like right away. So yeah.
Why? He's within the skate?
I mean, you seen Baker 2G?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a
It's
good
just
point.
like wild, like
Yeah.
yeah, just like bootleg 3000 is kind of wild too, you know? Like yeah, I definitely had to watch those late at night down in the basement. Keep it chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't all of bootleg 3000 like the pimp stuff in between parts?
Yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of drinking and drugs and crazy
Yeah.
songs and yeah,
That's wild.
the good stuff for sure.
Yeah. So, what would you consider your first big break in the skate industry?
At the end of 2016, 2017, I moved to SF because I had friends who were moving there. Max Scharf, who's now a deluxe filmer, and my friend Austin was moving there for a job. And I had visited SF once. They were moving to SF for jobs basically. And so I was like 24 or 25. I was kind of like, man, this might be my chance to go and not come up, but go to SF and move out of Salt Lake City for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I had rooms lined up and I kind of had a little group of friends there and stuff. Some friends from San Diego actually lived in SF at the time. This guy, Otto Ray, who filmed. And, so I had some hookups there. So I moved to SF from like the beginning of the end of 2016, all of 2017. And I came home in 2018 back to Salt Lake City. But, when I lived in SF, I lived with, this dude, Wylan Kell, and this homie Brady. And they grew up with Jesse Alba in Rancho Cucamonga randomly. And so I'm living with them for a couple of months, whatever. I'm filming with this dude, Otto Ray, very close friend. We made a couple of videos when I was there called Big Kids Part A, Big Kids Part B. They were on Jankum. And so we're filming videos, we're hanging out, living in a little skate house in the Mission. And one day Wylan got a text from, I can't remember now if it was Jesse or Chris Millick. But Jesse or Chris Millick texted Wylan and just said, "Is Brophy cool?" That's it. And I was like, dude, yeah, tell him I'm cool or whatever, you know? And we were like posting a bunch of stuff on Instagram while also like filming street stuff with my friend Otto. And I don't even think that stuff had came out yet. But either way, at the time, like I said, my friend Max Scharf is one of the reasons I moved out to SF. And he was at that time working for Deluxe, like driving around the van, filming. So I was in the van a little bit, and basically Mac would like give me boards. So I thought I was like super cool, like riding in the van, getting free Crooked or Anti-Hero boards just because of Mac, for no other reason besides that. But so basically they were like, "Is Brophy cool?" And Wylan was like, "Yeah, he's pretty cool." And they were like, "Well, ask him if he wants us to send some boards to SF." And at that time, in SF, like, you better be riding a deluxe board if you're hanging out in the van or even hanging out at the skate parks. Like, you know what I mean? It was when Frog had just started. So basically I was like, yo, that's nice. But I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But like, that's cool. And like I said, I stayed in SF for about a year and a half. And my girl was supposed to move out there, but then my girl, who I'm married to now, was eventually like, "I'm not moving to SF. I got no friends there." Like, I was living in a tiny little bedroom. I had a cool job though. I worked at Za Pizza, which is like where Carl Watson used to work. Matt Miller used to work there. Like legendary skaters since like the 90s worked at Za Pizza. So I had a cool job. I was making good money. But basically my girl ended up being like, "I'm not moving out there. Like, come home." And so I kind of ran it up for like 6 more months and like then came home. And when I came home, it was a little more annoying getting boards. Like I'd have to like reach out and be like, "Dude, can you send some boards from Utah?" And they're like, "Oh, I guess." Like, "You're Mac's friend?" Like, "Yeah, sure." And then I wasn't even tripping, you know, whatever. I was like buying boards at that time, whatever. It didn't even matter. And like I posted some stuff of me skating in the winter at like a skate park. And Chris Millick wrote me, it was right around Christmas time, and Chris Millick wrote me and was like, "Yo, do you want a Christmas present frog box?" And I was just like, perfect.
Yes, so, please.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I feel like I'm pretty good friends with all those guys, and they're all really cool. And they were just here like a month and a half ago skating Salt Lake City, and
sick.
They flew me out to LA once, and like, I know Daniel Dent, the filmer, forever, and I've known the team for a long time now. So it's cool. It's working out.
Epic
I love those
squad.
guys. Yeah, I love those guys.
Great fit. I can't believe you turned them down
Dude, played hard
at
to
the
get.
beginning, man. She
A little. I would have gotten clowned, like, you know, by just like my friend Mac. Like he would have been like, "You're whack, dude." Like,
Pull up in the van with a frog board.
yeah, like hanging with Frank Gerber and stuff. He would have been cool if I was riding that stuff. But that was when it just started. Like I said,
Yeah,
Frog's killing it. Frog's cool.
they are,
So
man. They're here to
Yeah.
stay.
yeah, you know. So that's what's up.
okay, so you moved down to San Francisco, but you didn't specify. How come you got kicked out of the crib at 16, man? What happened there?
Oh man, like I said, my dad's just a tough guy from Philly. I was like a disrespectful stoner, kid that was obsessed with skating. You know what I mean? So you can imagine how, like, you know, I was skipping school, I was sneaking out constantly. I was just always in trouble. My dad wasn't even like that strict. It was just like skipping school, like that's not cool when you're 16. You know what I mean? And sneaking out every night to go, you know, like whatever. And like I would get caught sneaking out and then get caught 3 days later. You know, like I just didn't care. Get caught skipping school, skip school again the next week. Like I was thinking about it today. I had this thing where my friend Cody would pick me up from school, and he would pull up to my house and honk, and I would just go get in his car and he'd take me to high school. And it got to the point where some mornings I would call him and be like, "Hey Cody, pull up to the house and just honk and then drive off." And what I would do is I would sit in the front room and wait for Cody, like I always did, like I was actually going to go to school. And then my dad would hear the honk and like in the other room, and I'd be like, "All right, Dad." And I would just walk outside and watch Cody be like, wave at me and I would just walk right around to the side of my house. And I lived in the basement, so I would like jump in the window well thing and just like open my window and just like go back to bed. And then and basically like it was to go skate. You know, I rode for a skate shop that was like actually making videos at that time. They were like paying a filmer, and so by the time I was 16, I was hanging out with like 20-year-old guys that were like skating every day, that like worked at restaurants and stuff, and we had a filmer out all the time, and we were making some serious VX videos. So I was like the young kid, believe it or not, at that time. And so I was just like doing whatever I could to get out on the sesh. And so one time he caught me sneaking out or whatever. I was just bullshitting, and he was like, "Get out." And I was like, "All right." And luckily I was kind of hoping that would happen, because I wanted to go sleep on the homie's couch, and I ended up moving into my friend Joey's parents' house, and he took me to my last year of high school, like bless his heart. But I moved into my friend Joey's house, who actually filmed some other videos that I was in later on. He was a filmer, or he became a filmer after this. He wasn't filming at this time, but later on he got a VX and we made our own videos, and his parents were cool. They let us do whatever we want. So that's kind of like, and me and my dad didn't talk for a couple years, but we're cool now. Like we've been cool since I was like 21 or something, you know, but it took a while. I was free as a bird for like 4 or 5 years, just like, doing whatever I could to skate and just being a bum.
Damn, Joey's parents held it down though, eh?
Yeah, they did. Like that's my second family still to this day. They were at my wedding. Yeah, that's the fam straight up. So
Nice. Did you finish high school?
yeah, I did finish high school. I was actually doing really good. And yeah, but I didn't go for like the last 2 months of high school, but I had done everything already. So, because like I said, my dad was pretty strict about school and work. Like if I wasn't passing in school and if I didn't have a job, I had to have a job since I was like 15, 16. So if I didn't have a job and if I wasn't going to school, like he basically wasn't cool about me skating. So,
Right.
So
That's
yeah,
fair.
I luckily finished high school. Yeah.
What do you do for work now?
I'm actually a teacher. I teach 5th grade at a public school in Salt Lake City.
How the tables have turned, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Which is perfect. Like I love the madness, but I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know. I worked at restaurants and bars forever when I lived in SF, before I went to SF, after. So I basically worked at bars and restaurants until finally, I decided I was going to be a teacher, which is such a good gig, man.
That's wicked, man. That's crazy.
It's summertime and I'm getting paid and I'm off right now. So
Living the dream, dude.
yeah, so I get
That's
to hang out with
epic.
my kid and I go back to work in like August sometime. But right now I'm just chilling, hanging out with my kid and skating, going to the pool, getting a tan, whatever.
What do fifth graders get up to in class, man? What's the one thing that's driving the teacher crazy with fifth graders?
I mean, fifth graders are actually pretty cool in my opinion. Like, it's before they become cool guys.
They're still kids enough.
They still kind of like the teacher and they're still kind of innocent and nice. They think I'm cool. Beginning of the year, every
That's
year
so
I show them
sick.
my footy. I show them all my footy at the beginning of the year.
Get
Like,
some respect.
yeah, don't mess with me. I'm cool.
They like the big flip, eh? Over
I
the
just show 'em-
barrier.
I just show them that big ollie. They just want to see
That's
me go
true.
high, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you trying to steez it out? Your homie's calling you out.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
not
exactly.
trying to steez it out.
Exactly.
Tell us about the time you were in a high-speed car chase.
Oh my God. Yeah, this was high school, dude. This was probably right before I got kicked out. So basically me and Joey, my best friend and my other best friend, Cody, were like cruising through neighborhoods of suburbia, Salt Lake City. And you can imagine what we were doing, like going slow through the neighborhood, just like, yeah. And, we're like turning left through a little dip and this car's coming at us. It was like when Chrysler 300s came out. I don't know if you remember those, but those cars were pretty fly. Like I wanted one. I was like, that car's pretty fly. It was like big and boxy. A
That was
Chrysler
like the
300
cheap
is,
Cadillac.
yeah. So we're turning left through a little dip, like in a little neighborhood. And the Chrysler 300's like way down the block. But as soon as we go to turn left in front of him, he like goes 100 miles an hour, like he's going to run into us. And then like barely goes around us. And so me and Joey still argue to this day, but me or Joey flipped him off, like honked the horn and flipped him off.
Yeah.
And this dude was nuts. He was like 19-year-old tweaker or something. And he starts chasing us through the neighborhood. And not even going to lie, because the cops ended up coming to my school a couple days later, but we were going 60 miles an hour through neighborhoods in Salt Lake City, getting chased by this crazy dude for like 10 or 15 minutes. Multiple neighbors that were outside had called the cops, like, there's 2 cars in a high-speed chase in our neighborhood going 60.
Fast and the Furious.
And we were scared as could be. And then finally we ran from him for what seemed like a while. We ran from him for like probably 5 minutes, which is a lot, 5 minutes. We hit all the neighborhoods, dipping around corners, peeling out. And finally I was like, dude, we just need to stop the car and pop the trunk and get our skateboards. And like, we have 3 people, he's by himself, even though he was a lot older. And so basically we pull over on the right and he passes us and then just pulls over on the right in front of us and like hops out of his car running, literally. And my friend Cody, who was driving, just takes off again. Cause we were like gonna get out, but we didn't even have a second to get out. That's how fast the dude was. And so Cody takes off again and the dude hawks a loogie. And the loogie like, as we pass, and he got us. And then again, we're in the high speed chase again. He's right behind us on our tail again. And so then again, we do the same thing. We pull over again. This time he got out and we like rushed out and Cody popped the trunk and I grabbed a board and Joey grabbed a board. And my friend Cody he was the driver. He stayed in the driver's seat, but he like stood up, but he was kind of using the door as like a blockade or something, like a shield, like the door to his car. He was standing up outside his door and the dude just ran up and super kicked Cody, boom, in the door, like slammed our guy. Slammed our guy in the door. And then then me and Joey have boards now. And we're like, he's right by the driver door, and Cody just collapsed. Cody just boom, hit the floor. And so me and Joey are like coming around the car to get him with our boards, you know? And he makes a smart decision. He runs about 20 yards to his car, and me and Joey are like kind of he runs back to his car and pops his trunk. And he has golf clubs in there.
Bro, this ain't real.
So he pulls out his golf clubs, and we have our skateboards, and we're kind of standing by his car, and we're standing by our car, he's standing by his car, and it's kind of like, we got 2 skateboards, you got your golf club or whatever, like, what's up? And we're not going to go attack him or anything. But either way, he ends up putting his golf club back in his car and getting in his car. And my crazy best friend, Joey, just runs up on his Chrysler 300 and bash.
Yes.
No. With the axle nut. And so I follow suit. It's when these cars were brand new. So I follow suit and I run up, bash. And now we're tough guys. We're at his window. He's in his car, and we're at his window going, what now? Boom. What? Get out now. Boom. Just smashing it. I'm hitting his window and his driver door, and Joey's just hammering his hood now.
Let's go.
And Joey ends up like getting out of the way. And like he takes off or whatever. And this is so funny to me, but after that we went to Einstein's Bagels. That's where we were gonna go. And so we go to Einstein's Bagels, and we're debriefing. We're like in shock, dude. We're like, what happened? Oh my God. And then basically, like, just to make it a little quicker, cops came to our school 4 days later with the police reports from the neighbors who had our license plate and stuff. And they separated us. They took Cody, they took me, they took Joey, and all our stories lined up. So we were scot-free. That guy was like 19 years old, and we were off the hook because our stories all lined up. And we told him, like, we stoner bashed his car. Yeah. And so that was like we actually didn't get any trouble for that. But
Bro,
that was when I was just like, I was always in trouble. Man? Cody was fine. His shins got bashed up. He got a couple shinners, you know, because dude just pinned him up.
Bro,
he got
that's
smoked.
The craziest
he
part.
Was chilling. He was chilling. Like he got slammed in a car door. Yeah, basically, he was fine.
And what do you mean you and Joey don't know who flipped him off, man? One of y'all started this whole thing.
Well, you know, when we tell the story now, Joey's like, "You flipped him off." I'm like, "I don't really flip people off. Like that's something you do." Like he's like, "No, it was you." I'm like, "No, it was you." But who knows? We were, you know, who knows?
Oh shit, that story is
we were like
crazy.
16. We were like 16.
That's a wild one,
that
right
was
there,
epic.
Man. I don't know if this can step to that story, but can you tell us about how you got bullied out of your first job?
Oh, I mean, dude, I've always been a little chubby, you know. So like, I've been this size since I was 14, Safa. Like I'm like 5'11", and like right now I'm looking pretty good. I'm like 190 or something. But I was
that's good.
I was 190 when I'm like 15. You know,
Jesus
I've always been the
Christ.
same time. Huge head. You know, I kind of like grew into my body. Now I look all right. But yeah, my first job, like I said, my dad was serious. Like if I wasn't working, like I ain't skating, you know, if I'm not going to the skate park all day, if I don't have a job that I'm working at least a couple times a week, even if I'm in school. So my first job was Subway, and I can't remember, but I worked with like my first 2 or 3 days, I worked with like these like 19-year-old girls, dude. And they just like, they picked on me. I can't remember even what for now, but I'm pretty sure they were just like, I sucked at my job for sure. It was my first job. You know what I mean? I was like probably asking way too many questions, annoying them, didn't know how to do anything, like eating too many sandwiches. I don't remember. But basically they were like, I think they were making fun of me to the point where I got off the hook for that job. I remember going home after my third day, just like, Dad, they're making fun of me. Like, it's these two girls, like, My dad was like, that's messed up. So luckily I didn't have to work there very long. But yeah, I got bullied at a Subway pretty quick, and then back on the horse right away. I had to find another job for sure. I worked at a million different places.
When you wake up, the girl you went home with last night is lying as far away from you as physically possible. As you move closer, she opens her eyes and tells you not to move another inch. Why, you ask? You had such a good time last night. Even though it's only the second time you've met, you've started to fancy her. She points at the chair in the middle of her bedroom and says, "You see that?" You're not sure what you're looking at. The chair is wet, and so is the floor underneath. In the middle of the chair, there's a small piece of toilet paper. Odd, you think? You don't remember the chair being wet last night, or the toilet paper. She asks you to get dressed and leave as fast as you can. Turns out, she had woken up in the middle of the night to you peeing on the chair. When she asked you to stop, you refused and said something like, "It's nothing but natural to pee, but what isn't normal is putting a toilet in the middle of your bedroom." Pretty dumb if you ask yourself, because now she had to watch you pee. After you were done, you walked into the kitchen, picked up some toilet paper, dried off your penis, placed the paper on the chair, and went back to bed. She hadn't slept a second after that, just waited for you to wake up so she could ask you to leave. And now you are. You had walked and peed in your sleep, and with that, missed the chance of seeing her ever again. God damn it. Needless to say, you weren't in the best mood when you came into work. Your boss, who is a caring person, sees that something is wrong and asks what happened. Since you feel the need to open up, you tell her the story. When you finish, she says, "That's it? That's nothing compared to what I've done." Turns out she'd been in love with the guy for over a year. When she finally went home with him, he woke up in the middle of the night to her peeing on his pillow, while his head was still on it. They never saw each other again. She was heartbroken for years. You immediately feel better. What you did was nothing compared to your boss. Plus, you even dried off your penis afterwards, which shows that you have great hygiene, even while you're asleep. Who is your boss? CHPO brand, the worldwide leader in sunglasses and watches. Always doing it for the people. How did a sleepover with Jordan Taylor at 12 years old come about, man?
Oh yeah, this one's funny. So like I said, my mom stayed in San Diego when me and my dad and my sister moved here. My parents got divorced and my mom stayed in San Diego, but my dad would fly me to San Diego every year to hang out with my mom and my aunt, my cousins over there. And I would skate too. Once I started skating, I just skated the whole time I was in San Diego. That's why I still have friends to this day in San Diego. But one time we were I was at the Encinitas YMCA skate park. And you know when you meet somebody when you're a little kid and you guys just skate together all day, like we were kind of on the same level at that time, and we were both like hitting the little bump to rail and like whatever. And I met this kid and we skated together all day and we were like best friends at the end of the day, to where we were like, "Dude, should we have a sleepover?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's have a sleepover." And our moms were cool with it. So I remember spending the night at his house and we just like watched skate videos all night, and then checked out like a little 6-stair rail by his house in the morning that I don't think either of us hit, but like a perfect little 6 rail, and like whatever, some of the spots in his neighborhood. And then we basically never hung out again, because the next year when I came back to visit, my mom had lost his mom's number. So it was just like, I'm never going to see him again, you know? And the next time I saw him, I believe was in a toy machine ad.
Damn.
And you know how like when you travel when you're a kid, like core memories, you know what I mean? Like I would never forget this kid's style or this kid's face, you know what I mean? But it was like he had like a toy machine, a video part that came soon after, and I was like, "That's my dog." Like, what? I'm like, he's so good. He was like switch grinding little hubbas, and like I've always been a big fan of his skating, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, it ended up being Jordan Taylor, the Jordan Taylor. And super funny. That story was already funny, but 2 months ago, I was in LA and they had the Weekend 10-year anniversary, and they put out like a really thick book. I bought the book. It's amazing. I love Weekend. That party was going on the last night I was there. And so we were going to that party. And I had skated a little bit all week, and I'd been keeping it chill, not drinking, because I knew I was going to be skating, you know what I mean? But that night I was like flying out the next day. I'm like, I'm going to be drinking tonight. I gotta keep it chill. Like, if I was basically thinking, like, if I see Jordan, I'm not going to bring that shit up. You know, I'm not going to kook it and go bring that up. But, so if I
wait, so you never talked to him before? Like,
no,
you never became Instagram friends or nothing?
Never met him in real life until 2 months ago.
What the fuck?
And, so yeah, we go to that party, and I know a bunch of people at that party. You know, Wheatley's there, Kirby's there, who I know from SD, other friends from SD. I'm with all the Frog guys, having a good old time, open bar. I'm not like kissing too much ass when I see the Weekend dudes. If anything, I'm just like, yo, happy 10 years. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? But then, of course, the night goes on. There's like an after party at this bar. At this point, I'm like, boom, you know? And of course, I see Jordan Taylor kicking it there. He probably was sober. But I see Jordan Taylor kicking it there, and I'm like, it's time. I'm going to go tell him about our sleepover. And basically, it just didn't go how I thought it was going to go, Seifa and Donovan, all right?
Oh, shit.
I was like, yo, like, my name's Brophy. Like, he's like, oh, cool. What's up, man? Or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, like, this is going to sound crazy, but I met you when I was 12 at YMCA in Sanitas Park. Does that make sense? He's like, yeah, I used to skate there. I'm like, yeah, I met you there. And like, we had a sleepover, and like, we watched videos all night. And then like the next day we skated like some street spots in your neighborhood or whatever. I'm like, do you remember that? And he's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, man. So I'm just like, oh, all right. I'm like, oh, all right. But like, I remember, you know, I'm like, I saw you and like, you know, when I was 18, I saw your toy machine ad or your toy machine part, whatever came first. And I was like, that's my dog. You know what I mean? And he was just like, I don't want to say he cool guyed me, because like, I got love for that dude. And like, he's sick skater or whatever, but he was kind of just like, oh, all right, man. Like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. And like, I was at least hoping, not gonna lie, I was at least hoping for like oh, dude, I don't remember, but that's hilarious. Like, that's random. He didn't even give me that. He was like, all right, man, cool. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And like, I was just like, all right, cool. Well, I'll just fuck off then. Or, you know, it's like, all right, later. But yeah, I love that story. I love that story. That night was wild. That night was wild. Like, that night was amazing and wild and fun. Beyond that, you know, it was great. Great night.
Wow. Before you got to the end of that story, I was assuming that you'd been friends with him for a while now, just through like skating and connecting. And I was about to say, you must have a Lucy belt on now. That's your man's, but maybe not, man. Shit.
Nah, I ain't wearing no hipster belts, dude.
Oh, the pettiness. Oh, shit.
No, not to say that his are, but I just wear a normal belt. We'll get to that.
All right. Okay. Next up. So you didn't graduate college until you were in your 30s. So congrats on that. You know, never too late for some education.
Yeah.
But while you were on campus, you were getting roasted by the young skaters, man. How'd you handle that? What's the story there?
Well, I don't know who told you that, but that only happened once, dog. I didn't get clowned more than once, safe, all right? But I graduated when I was 30. I'm 34 now, but I would skate around campus because it's super convenient. It's the University of Utah, where there's a bunch of famous spots that y'all have seen before, and it's all on a hill. It's fun. And get around quick. And so I would skate around campus. And one time, I think is what the homies told you about, is one time I skate by like these young kids. They're probably like 23, and they're skating. A couple of them got boards, and there's like a group of like 10 kids. And I skate by just like cruising slow. And I'm just like looking at them, like smiling at them, you know, just like, what up, y'all, or something like that. And they're like, oh, you skate, bro? Sick board. Or something like because I didn't look like a skater. I was probably wearing just like some like swim trunks and like a t-shirt or whatever, you know? And because it's 100 degrees or whatever. And I didn't really, they were clowning though. Like as I skated off, like I didn't think much of it, but then as I skated off, they were like laughing or whatever. And I was like, and so for a second I was like, man, forget about those nerds. But then I like got like a little bit ways down the way. And then I was like, dude, I'm not taking that. I'm going back.
Yes. That's what I like to hear.
And so, I turn around and I go up to him and I'm just like, yo, what'd you guys say? What'd you guys say as I skated by? And they're like, oh, dude, you said just like sick board, man. You skate? Or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, I skate. Like, what about you guys? And like, as I skated by the first time, some kid was like trying just like a stationary kickflip or like landing some stationary kickflips or something. I'm like, yeah, I actually do skate. I'm like, actually, like, I'll kick your ass in a game of skate right now.
Hell yeah.
And they're like, oh, like all their homies are like, oh shit, play him in a game. Like play him in a game right now. I'm like, I'll play you in a game right now, dude. I will whoop you. I swear to God. Like I'll whoop you. And so the one kid who said it and the one kid who was like actually doing some kickflips and shove-its and stuff was like, all right, man, let's play. And I'm like, $20 Venmo, like right now. If I beat you, like $20 on Venmo. That's the only way I'm playing, you know? And oh shit, $20, let's go. So there's like 10 kids watching, dude. Rochambeau, I win. Tray flip. Boom. Perfect. Boom, dog. Crowd goes wild. Boom. And the kids right away were cool. They were just like, oh shit, he actually does skate. Like, damn, dog. That was perfect. And then like you know, he did like a kickflip. I do a kickflip. He did like a shove it. I do a shove it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, whatever. I ended up whooping him. I didn't take his money because I'm cool like that. I'm nice like that. But yeah, that shit does happen to me. People see me and they don't think I skate. It just happened at the premiere for that video that just came out. Like, yeah, it just happened. Like I meet some people at the premiere and then they like didn't know I even skated or had last part. And then they watch the video and they're just like, what? I didn't even know you skated. So it's funny.
Damn, that's crazy. Those kids on campus didn't put any respect on a local legend.
That's fucked up.
Oh, I mean, people move here for school. A lot of people move here for school because of snowboarding and just like, I can tell right away when kids are from out of town, like, cause I don't know them and I don't see them at the parks and they can kind of skate. I'm like, you're from out of town. Where are you from? Like, I just know. You're here for school. Yeah.
That's fucking epic, man. Pulling the U-turn and being like, nah, I ain't taking that shit, bro. Not today.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah.
So I'm not sure if you're a gambling man. I mean, you wanted the $20, but didn't end up taking it. But we heard you lost all your money on a trip to Denver, man. So what was the plan to make it all back?
I was like 21 or 22, broke as a joke. I had $500 for the trip, which is like, that's a lot of money. That wasn't just for the trip. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was for the next month or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I had $500, had just gotten paid. And I was keeping it. Everyone was clowning me because I was keeping it in a CD case in Joey's, my best friend's, glove compartment on the trip. So anytime I needed money, I had to like open the glove box and like open the CD case and like grab a 20 out and then close it and put it back in. Because if I kept the $500 on me, I'd just lose it all. And we pulled up to this bar to basically get food. It wasn't even like we were going out drinking, but we pulled up to this bar because we were all 21 to get like burgers at like 10 o'clock at night after skating. And we parked right in front of the bar where like the doorman's sitting 5 feet away, and went into the bar. And then I realized I had left my cash in the car. So I ran out to Joey's car, unlocked the car, grabbed like $40 to pay for my food or whatever, and left the whip unlocked. And what we think happened was the doorman saw me open my little CD case, grab my 20s, and then close the CD case and put it right back in the glove compartment. Cause like it was kind of dead in this area. I can't imagine it being anybody else except for the doorman at this bar that saw us do it. But yeah, I think what Joey's clowning. So the dude stole my $500. I was down and out, like pissed, burnt. Like, Joey had to float me the rest of the trip, and he's already floated me a million other times. You know what I mean? Of course. And, but what Joey's clowning on is like, I was so upset, you know, and it was right when GoFundMe came out.
Oh shit.
And so I think Joey's like, dude, we'll start a GoFundMe. We made no money, but I made this like embarrassing, like degrading GoFundMe. That's like, Brophy lost his money. We were 21, whatever. It was like Instagram, you know, we had fucking 300 Instagram followers or whatever. Like, someone's going to hook it up. It was like me, like eating shit. Like the photos, just like me, like on the ground, like after I just ate shit skating or something. That's the joke. That's what he wanted to,
not the GoFundMe.
what he wanted to laugh at. Yeah. I hit him with I didn't hit him with the GoFundMe. Wasn't me, Safa, but gang went, all right, let's start a GoFundMe. No, I may have started the GoFundMe. I don't know.
Did you make any money off it or like recoup anything? Zero?
I don't think I did. I think Joey just hooked it up and then I paid him back.
Joey's the man, eh?
Joey's my best friend. He's a year older than me. He's like 2 feet smaller than me. He's like my big little bro. He's the man. Punker, McGlunker, filmer, homie. He's the man.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah. So Barking at the Knot just came out, man. Special video project by Seamus Foster. Shout out to the whole squad. My bad. Seamus.
Yeah, that's a weird spelling though, but yeah, it is Seamus. Yeah. All good.
Shout out Seamus and the whole crew. What was it like working on that project? And do you always have to try and steeze it out?
I'll answer the second question first. Yes, I do always have to steeze it out, dude, because I'm like, how old are you guys?
I'm 37.
37.
All right, I'm 34. So like, we come from a certain generation where, like, in my opinion, if you can't do the trick right, you just don't do it. You know?
Yeah. Backsmiths for me.
Make it.
Can't
you
do
backsmith?
It. No. Gave up.
You're still Fly D Jones. It's all good. But
you can, but they're shit. They're like balanced almost. You know?
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite balanced backsmith. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got the fucking salads, dog.
So this year was it. Called it quits on the backsmith.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so dude, like I'm pretty particular about, you know, if I'm gonna do something, it better look good. So yeah, I was trying to steeze it out, and I usually am. But Barking at the Knot, big ups to Seamus. That's my dog. It's not the first video we made. That's like the third or fourth video we made. Before that, we made West Crystal Unit. It's amazing. Go check it. It's on the same YouTube. Everything ships from the warehouse. That's just all us having fun in SLC. My friend Joey, who made the VX videos prior to Seamus, doesn't necessarily film anymore. So like, thank God I met Seamus and like started skating with Seamus, because who knows what would have happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, he's a hard worker. Working on that project was epic, dude. It's like everyone's old. Everyone has real relationships they're trying to deal with, like girlfriends and families, maybe even. I have a kid. Another guy has a kid. Like, we all have jobs. So it's like, it's definitely not like going on those Denver trips and those SD trips when I was young, where it's just like, we have 10 days to skate. Let's do whatever we want. Let's be spontaneous. It's not like that. It's actually a little more like planned out, slow paced. You know what I mean? Like, just like everyone has shit to do. And for us to make Barking at the Knot was kind of special too, because after the last video, West Crystal Unit, we were done. Like Seamus was like, I'm never making a skate video again, dogs. I love y'all, but I'm 33, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I got a job, like I can't. And so we weren't even going to make another video. We didn't film anything for like a whole year. The only reason it basically started picking back up was because I was still getting boards from Frog, and like there's still some spots in SLC I wanted to get at. So like Seamus was cool enough to be like, oh, I'll go film it, and like we'll give it to Frog or whatever. Like I'm still down a year later after the older video, West Crystal unit. Yeah, I'm still down to go film. Let's go try and get something. And then we got some stuff, and then the other dudes got some stuff, and then all of a sudden we had 2 or 3 minutes, and Seamus was like, yo, this is looking special. Like showed us like 2 or 3 minutes of the edit, and we all got fired up. And then we spent a whole nother 2 years doing it because that's how long it takes when everyone's busy. And
yeah, schedule's tough.
It kept me healthy. It kept me, I didn't have idle hands. You know what I mean? It kept me motivated. Like, man, a million things. I was learning how to be a dad because I have a 4-year-old now. So for the first 3 years of my life, it was basically when I was like learning to be a dad. So I had this little outlet to go and bust out and steez it out when I wanted to seize it out. So yeah,
dude, that's awesome, man.
That's what's up, man.
Love that.
So that's super special.
We gotta shout out the filmers more often, man. They truly the ones holding us all together, man.
Oh man, like it's been cool reflecting because I knew I was coming on the pod and like reflecting. It's like it's all about your filmer. You know what I mean? Like I had Joey before I had Seamus, and then before that I had the guy who was making the skate shop videos, and like for what it's worth, that's the timeline I can look back on and like appreciate. You know, I'm like, yeah, those videos, like my life kind of aligns with like these videos I made with my friends for what it's worth, and it's just special.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Dude. So Embarking at the Knot, which I've probably watched maybe like 20 times, beginning to end. Love the video.
Damn.
Your ender was insane. Take us behind the scenes on that one and your love affair with that spot. Wasn't the first time you've got something done at that spot. And you have anything left for that one, or are we done there now?
I'm done there, dog. I don't need no more of that. But I could still nollie half cab heel it for show. But nah, I'm done there. But yeah, that spot's so my ender was kickflip back 3 over that spot. Check it out. Go watch Barking at the Knot. I did that the day before the premiere because again, shout out the filmer. Seamus is such a beast. I basically like kind of relearned that trick, or was like, oh, I could maybe do that trick on something like a month before the video came out. I did it off my friend's little launch ramp. Easy, like in 5 minutes. And I was like, damn, I could do that trick maybe on the bump over barricade. I wish I would have realized it 6 months ago, but I realized it like a month before the video came out when I thought it was all done. And then we went and tried it once right before I went on this big family vacation. And then I came back and like basically there was like 10 days before the premiere. And Seamus was down. So like 2 days after this vacation, I tried it. And after eating and drinking on this vacation for 10 days, like I didn't even get close the second time I went back and tried it. Like nothing, dude. Just whiffed it, bunted it. And then that was like a Sunday. The video was Friday night. That was like a Sunday. And then I was sore because I tried it for 2 or 3 hours. And then I went back Wednesday after I wasn't sore anymore and tried it again for like 2 hours. And that time I got closer. I stuck it again a couple times, but still didn't roll away before the sun went down. And then I did it on basically in the morning, the day before the premiere. Seamus sent some like funny filmer meme to the group chat. And I was like, yo, let's go try that kickflip back 3. Like, just kidding. We had been there literally the night before and we'd given it up and like, forget about it. And I was like, yo, let's go try that kickflip back 3 tonight. And he was like, dude, if you're down, I'm down. And I was like, damn. And so we went back that night. I tried it for another 3 hours and did it right before the sun went down.
Oh, wow. Bro, the glory, man.
No tic-tac, man. Respect on that.
Thanks, Safe Up. But yeah, I love that spot. It's slim pickings over here, dude. It's slim pickings over here in Salt Lake City. So it's like, that's one spot that anyone who comes from out of town wants to go to. It's perfect. Like y'all would love it. It's amazing. Like some people struggle with it, but it's perfect, dude. Like it's good for if you're regular backside tricks and if you're goofy frontside tricks, you know what I mean? Like, cause you kind of go sideways at the bump that goes straight. I don't know. Yeah. That's just like one of the good looking spots and it's skatable basically anytime. The people are cool. And yeah, I love that spot. Always get a trick on it.
That shit was
I want to see the nollie front heel now, man.
spectacular.
I got you. That's all I need to hear, dog. I got you. Whatever.
I feel like I love the part too. I think I've watched it 3 times now. And
yeah, give it to me.
Oh, here we go. What's the one?
You remember I chirped our boy Trent McClung multiple times for his 1 foot back 3.
Oh,
You hit it fakey, man. Like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Why couldn't we just get a clean cab, man? What's this 1 foot fucking shit on the back 3s and the cabs, man?
A full cab over that little flat bar this tall? You think that would have been cool down a little 5 foot drop? Like what?
I mean, maybe a full cab something bigger, but I'm not a fan of the 1 foots personally.
Well, I mean, so a couple years ago, I did the back 3. I just call it a back 3, dude. Gino does back 3 1 foots. Everyone loves his back 3. What's wrong, Safa?
I know, but I feel like you did it like exaggerated 1 foot, like it's a different trick or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. I mean, it's almost like you're going to do a no comply.
See, there you go.
No, I got you. It's almost, you set up like you're going to do a no comply and then you just don't really put your foot down. And yeah, so I get it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, and I get it too. Like I back 3'd over that barricade that I kicked the back 3'd over a couple of years ago. And, I did back 3 1 foot, as you would call it. And, basically after that, like I was like, I'm never doing that trick again. Like no one ever needs to see me do another 1 foot back 3, That's just how I can do them, really. It's weird. That's the only way I could really do them. I mean, I could do like a popped back 180 and like on a hit and like pop a back 180 360 and not take my foot off. But to really spin that trick all the way, I need to take my foot off though.
I hear you on that. That's fine. But I feel like it's 2 different things because Trent, like back 3 is a triple set. Maybe in the same part as LRG party, back 3 is a triple set. But then he does the like fake no comply, like whatever you want to call it, like super 1 foot back 3.
Oh, so he does both.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, is your cab, can you just do a regular cab, but you did that like for some more pizzazz or whatever?
Just ease it in.
I can do it. I could do a regular cab, but I'm not like good at that trick, So, and I would never cab like a stair set or something like that. So, but no, dude, I think that's cool that you got like strong opinions, and I respect that and appreciate that more than like all the other kiss ass bullshit. So I love it, Safa. Like keep it up, man. 'Cause skating needs it, dude. Like, but yeah, I made it a point to not do a back 3 1 foot. Like I was basically like, so I'm conscious, I'm like, I'm not doing another back 3 1 foot. I did it over the barricade. Everyone seen me do that trick, yada, yada. But the full cab was kind of fly. Agree to disagree, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean, that said, that's just me nitpicking, obviously. I love the part, like I said.
He's looking for something.
No, I wasn't looking for something, but it's just like, if we're going to break it down, then that's just an opinion.
You've always had an issue, but yeah, haven't taken a liking to those no comply 360s.
Yeah, you're the man for that, Safa. You shoot me straight, I'll shoot you straight too, dog. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and always down to agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely agree on the if it doesn't look good for you in particular. Like I feel like Donald, when we were younger, we would just try and learn every trick. But then you get older and you realize some of them look like shit and you just cut them out of your bag. Yeah.
Like, especially in a part,
Yeah.
Don't put it in
I'm
your
not
part.
going to do a 3 flip on flat in a line, even though I could, but it would be ugly as hell. So why do it?
Yeah. Cause we don't have that much time anymore. Like I'll see someone do a bad trick, even if I like them, I'll see someone do a bad trick while I'm watching a part on the gram or something. Just be like, nope. Not watching any more of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need guys like Safa in this skate game, man. Safa been keeping it real for a long time.
And I'm not always right. I mean, there's a lot of agree to disagrees, but at least say what you think. Yeah,
dude. I appreciate that, man. That's okay. You don't like my full cab because a lot of other people did.
Shit. Okay. Speaking of last tricks, can you also take us behind the scenes on your ender and call it venting too?
Behind the scenes on that one, I love that because that was not even planned at all. Basically, that spot, you can skate it a couple different ways. It's like an up 2-stair, down 4-stair. That sounds silly, right? But that's the shit we skate in SLC sometimes. But you can skate like up a 2-stair and then down that 4 or 5-stair or whatever, because it's just a 4 or 5-stair rail.
Mm-hmm.
But so we were there and people were trying lines on that, like a little trick up the 2-stair and then a little trick down the 5-stair or whatever. And there's like that little rail on the end. And at first when we got there, I was like, oh, this little rail's like kind of good. I could probably just for fun, not even to film. I go to a lot of spots where I ain't filming nothing and I'm just trying to skate, you know? I was just going to grind the rail and then just land it. Just grind the little 5-stair rail for fun. Back 50. And, but it kind of does go into that little pillar wall. And, I grinded the rail and then I was like, I think it would be pretty chill to actually do back 50 to Wally. And it worked. I mean, that's about as much as behind the scenes as we need to go. Basically, there were a bunch of homies from San Diego in town. So we got like double angles. Even though the fisheye, I believe, was the only one used in call it venting. But yeah, I mean, back 50, a little handrail to Wally, a little pillar. Still hyped on that to this day. About to repost that actually as soon as we get off.
You saving, bro. We'll be doing the posting soon, man. Don't you worry.
No, I'm kidding. I'll keep it DL. Don't worry. I'll keep the. Yeah.
That's a good one, man. Maybe NBD. You ever seen handrail to wall ride?
I've seen some shitty ones. I've seen some shitty ones. Mine was pretty mean. I steezed that one out. I'm not gonna lie. So go check it. Call it venting too.
So, how'd you lose your ID in Mexico, man? What's the story there?
Oof. This one I'm really gonna have to out the good homie on. But I don't remember how I lost it, Donovan. Like we were skating, friends I was with were surfing, and we were drinking. So I don't know how I lost my ID. But basically, when we were about to drive back outside of Mexico into San Diego, because we drove from San Diego into Mexico to surf and skate and shoot photos, and I was actually with a crew of skateboarders and dudes who snowboarded, like pro snowboarder dudes, because the company we were with, it was the first skate trip I ever went on that like some of the stuff got paid for. But the company we were with was called Gnarly. And if you don't snowboard, you might not know about it. But if you snowboard, you probably know about Gnarly. And one of the guys is Keegan Valeka, who's my friend. And so he brought a couple snowboard homies who skate, and then me and Joey and some of my friends on a trip to Mexico and like paid for us. We just had to get to San Diego, and then we hopped in a van and drove to Mexico. And then we were going to stay at like little rentals and Airbnbs and go up and down the coast, and they were going to surf and we were going to skate, and we were basically going to get photos for his clothing company, which was cool. It's no longer around, but it was actually cool at one point. And I lost my ID sometime on the trip, and we were in a big white van, and I didn't even tell anybody, dude, because I didn't want to stress everybody out. So I didn't even tell nobody until it was like last minute, like a couple hours before we were driving back over the Tijuana border into San Diego. I was like, dude, I'm not going to lie, I lost my ID. They're like, what? Dude, you lost your ID? Like, you're so burnt. I'm just like, yeah, dude. Like, whatever. We'll figure it out when we get there. What am I going to do about it now? Like, what? You guys going to beat me up? Like, what are we going to do about it now, dude? Let's just go. Like, so we're driving across the border, and of course, the dude driving messes up because none of us speak Spanish, which was burnt. Going into Mexico for a week, no one speaks Spanish. Like, that was pretty burnt. But no one speaks Spanish, so we end up going the route, like the little traffic way that if you work in Tijuana and you live in San Diego, there's a certain route for you that's like a fast pass. Of course, the stony surfer dude driving goes in the fast pass lane. So we pull up, and they're already pissed off. They already hate us. They're like, do you guys work in Tijuana? We're like, no, we were surfing and skating and dirt. And they're already like, you guys are fried. That's a $5,000 fine. Like, give us your
Shit.
passports right now. Everyone's already freaking out that I don't have my ID. And so right away, they're like, give us your passports right now. Like, you guys are fried. We'll give you a $5,000 fine right now. Like, you guys should have been in that lane where it takes 3 hours. Now you guys are at the front of the line where it took 5 minutes because you think you're special or whatever. And so they're like, give us your passports. And so like, we were not saying that they had me in the back. Like, so there's 13, I think there was 12 or 13 people and whatever. We hand them 12 passports and there's 13 people, or 11 passports and there's 12 people. I knew I was screwed, but it's like, that's run of the mill for me. So I was just like, dude, I'm not going to end up like becoming a farmer in Mexico or something. Like, they're going to let me through eventually. You know what I mean? Like, I might have to call pops and like, I might have to like hang out for a day or something in jail, but like, they're going to let me through, dude. I'm not moving here. I'll be good. You guys can fucking go and get back to Cali. I'll be there in a couple days or whatever. And so I wasn't too worried about it, but, still like trying to sneak through, you know? So we just hand them the passports and I'm just like in the back. I'm just like in the back. And like, you'd think that, so I'm trying to be smart. I'm trying to use like reverse psychology, and you think that I'd be like kind of like this or something, but no, I'm like looking at the dude just right in the eyes. Like when he puts his head in the window, I'm just like, I don't know why. I was just like smiling right at him. Like, so he just like recognizes my face or something. I don't know. Just like mixing it up, trying whatever.
Yeah.
And so, we give him 12 passports and there's 13 people in the van or whatever. He comes back 10 minutes later and, he's like, starts reading off names and passing back the passports. He's like, my friend Jeff Richards, boom, watches it gets passed back to him. Looking in the van. Forrest Bailey, watches it gets passed back to him. Keegan, watches it gets Joey. Watches it gets passed back to him. But no, I'm just like not trying to hide it all, you know? And he gets to what we think is the end, and he goes, who's left? And we think he's saying who's left, like, who's the guy in the van who didn't give me his passport, right? That's what I was thinking, because he's like, who's left?
Yeah.
And my friend Forrest Bailey, my guy, I love you, still to this day, pro snowboarder, he just points at me right away. Just fucking goes, he's left.
Damn.
But dude, this is crazy. I slipped through the cracks. He meant who's left, like who hasn't gotten their passport yet. And it was like my friend Blake. And so even though Forrest like pointed at me right away, he was like, who's left? Who's left?
Oh no.
And he was pointing at me. And he goes, Blake Paul, boom, hands my friend Blake, pro snowboarder homie, back his passport. And I'm just like, and then he's like, all right, guys, like, yeah, next time you come through this line, we'll give you a $5,000 fine. Like, make it home safe. Boom, slip through the cracks back into the U.S.
Damn.
That's
Epic.
That was banger. And then I was just like, fuck you, Forrest, dog. I told you guys. You guys were tripping. I knew I was going to sneak back in.
Yeah, because if it's like 5 people, 5 passports, 4 people, 4 passports, it's so easy. Mm-hmm. But when you're in the like 12s, like it's hard for one person to keep track of all those heads.
Yeah, I snuck back in by the skin on my teeth.
Forrest, you snitch ass.
No, that's my guy. He might not even remember that. I don't even think I've ever told him that story. So he might listen to this and be like, that's fucked up.
All good though. So you've held some celebrity games of skate when pros come through town and shit. Can you tell us about maybe your favorite one, most legendary one?
I mean, we've had some legendary ones. We had Nyjah played a game of skate at a what it's called is the adult toy game of skate. Because I run this small little Instagram called Adult Toy Skate, and it's a fake skateboard company that sponsors. But it's really just an outlet for me and my friends to post funny skate vids and funny memes, and we hold little events and stuff like that. And if a homie's having a show, I'll repost it on Adult Toy Skate. We have like 3,000 followers or something. It's nothing big, but so we have adult toy games of skate. And yeah, Nigel's been to one. I've seen, Oscar Rosenberg was there one time after a Vans Park series. Louis Lopez played Tyson Bowerbank once. Riley Hawk played Colin Provost once when they were in town. So we've had some really good ones. Most recently, though, was pretty banger when the Frog dudes were just here, like I said, about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, whatever. They came to visit, and I showed them all the stuff in SLC, and we had a ball. But at the end of the trip, it was like, we're going to have to do a game of skate with the Frog team. They didn't plan it like this, but it ended up being the same weekend. There was this huge skull candy contest because skull candy is located in Salt Lake City. So there was a huge skull candy contest at the same park they do the Vans Park series back in the day. And they just did the X Games there 2 weeks ago. So there's like a SLS style park in SLC and they do big contests there. And so that was the same time the Frog dudes were going to be here. And I'm like, perfect. We'll do an adult toy game of skate. And so they kind of happened fast and loose. Like we post the flyer right before they happened. And like, we're known to get like a couple hundred people in an downtown alleyway, unsanctioned, no permits. Like we just do it until the cops come and then we're out. Mm-hmm. And the last one we did was Chris Millick played Nikolai Piomba and Jake Anderson played Jesse Alba.
Oh,
it was amazing. Money. But they happened at 11 o'clock at night when everyone's already been drinking. And there's like a big backyard party. It's like a big backyard party. I'm on the mic. I have a megaphone and I'm on the mic and I just talk shit basically. and also judge with the help of the crowd. I judge it. Chris Millick beat Nikolai.
Sick. Damn.
I believe, or maybe Nikolai won. I don't know. I can't remember. And Jesse beat Jake.
What?
No way. Jake's good at flat.
But Jake was just like, dude, Jake's the man. He was trying to he was popping everything like 3 feet high and like not landing anything. Like he was trying to steeze it out, as you would say. Jesse obviously was not trying to steeze it out. Jesse was doing like no pop front big spins and like switch front threes with the revert and shit. But fair and square to SLC standards, Jesse won. But during Jesse and Jake Anderson's game, Kelly Hart was randomly there because he was here for the skull candy thing. So Kelly Hart is drunk at my game of skate. And he's right in the front row. He's right in the front row. He might as well have had the black and white checker shirt on because he was trying to ref the game. And I'm the boss. And like, so one of the funny jokes is like, we'll count whatever. Like if Jesse Alba does a shitty switch front three, but it's legit enough, we'll count it. Cause like we got to get these games over with quick. And like, it's not that legit, right? It's like just for fun. And no one cares who wins. Like Jake didn't care when Jesse beat him. You know what I mean? Yeah. No one cares who wins. It's super chill. Like people are doing mess around tricks and that's what's up. And so like Jesse did like a switch front three or something. And I'm like, that counts in Utah. Woohoo. And everybody's like, yeah, that counts in Utah. And of course, Kelly Hart is just like, no, he's wasted. I didn't know Kelly drank like that, but Kelly was like hammered. Kelly's like, no, how would that count? That does not count. And I'm like, SLC, is Kelly Hart trying to ref our game? Does that count in SLC? Everybody's like, yeah, boo, boo, booing Kelly Hart. And he's like flipping me off and I'm like flipping him off. And like, it was amazing, dude. It was amazing. And he couldn't control himself. Even after I told him once, like, Kelly, I know you were the ref at the barracks, but fuck off, buddy. You're an SLC. I'm the boss. Joking, you know? Yeah. Kelly was still like, oh, man, that does not count. He didn't even pop that front big spin or whatever. He's like yelling at me. And I'm like, so whatever, dude. I gave him the business. And afterwards, obviously, he knew it was all in good fun. And I knew it was all in good fun. And afterwards, it's like, good looks. Like, I told him, like, yo, that's a big deal that you're actually here at our game of skate. Like, I love you, dog. Like, that's that was all in fun. He's like, oh, I love you. Like, that was all good. That was fun, man. Like, you know what I mean? Awesome. So it was all in good fun. But that was like probably that that was a good time for sure. That was the one that's most relevant to the pod. Obviously, at the Nyjah game, I was drinking Tito's with Nyjah. I love Tito's, and Nyjah had his Tito's. I was like, I have some. He's like, don't put your lips on it. I was like, good. Whole crowd's like, yeah. But no joke. Hundreds of people pull up. It's epic, man. It's epic. It's not going to last forever.
Man. Kelly Hart is the enemy. I never thought I'd hear that, man.
No, not even. But you guys know the vibe. Awesome. He was just so into it. He was like, he was so right front row, like right there where people were landing. Like he was fired up. I love him, dude. He's a cool guy, man. I didn't know he partied like that. He was wasted. Like I was like, damn.
He's a great guy.
He's as drunk as me. He's as drunk as me. That's my guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Barking with the Nuts done, but you're still on Frog. Career's booming. Adult toy game to skates booming. What's next for Big Bro? This summertime, you're on summer vacation. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm on summer vacation. But I go back, and my first obligation is in about 3 weeks. I go back to school. And then I'm back to domesticated Brophy, which is like, stay home every night, skate on the weekends maybe a little bit, and work my job, but which I'm super passionate about. But until then, I got a camping trip planned in a couple weekends where we go up to the mountains and skate these mountain towns parks with like 20 people and hang out with my kid before I go back to work. Frog's making a full length though. I will bring that up. Frog's making a full length. They've been working on it for like probably a year or so. And I think they're going to work on it for like maybe another couple months or a year. And it's looking banger.
That's what's
Dustin
up.
Henry, Gabe, Chris Millick, Nick Michael. I got a couple clips, so I kind of have something to work for right now because I already got a couple clips in that. So hoping to go to LA a few more times. Hopefully get them out here a couple more times. Maybe film some stuff with Seamus for it. So yeah, Frog full length coming soon.
Epic.
I don't know when, but that's the thing.
No Jesse part? What's going on?
Dude, Jesse got a clip while I was here. Yeah, okay. Jesse got a clip. Definitely a Jesse part. I can't remember everybody, but yeah. The whole team will have shit.
Wicked. Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be good. Damn, it must be time for rapid fire, dog. What's up?
He's getting ready.
Pull out my notes.
I gotta get my throat hydrated. Glad Jesse's not on to say pause.
Richie just did it for you, man.
Yo, it's Rapid Fire with the Ghost, and this week we're honored to be brought to you by Spitfire Wheels. You dig? Our favorite wheels over here at the Bunt. Spitfire and Johnny Wilson recently came together to bring you an instant classic, Johnny's Spitfire video, featuring the Burn Squad. Everyone in the crew got their own signature wheel. Karim Calendar hitting you with a 58mm 97 Duro. Antonio Durao with a 54.99 Duro. Cyrus Bennett hitting you with the classic 53.99 Duro. Max Palmer 55.99 Duro. And then the Wilson bros. Andrew Wilson coming in hot with a 56mm 99 Duro, and Johnny Wilson, the man himself, with the 54mm clear 80 HD. If you want to shred like them boys, you know what to do. Go grab a set of Spitfire wheels, available at finer shops worldwide. Brophy, rapid fire. Are you prepared? You listen to the show. I'm wondering if this is going to be a quick thing.
I'm ready to go, dog.
I like my man Russ Milligan. Prepared with the notes. I love it. All right, let's get it popping, G. Favorite skater?
Who did I say? Hold up. Alex Olsen.
Favorite video?
Sight Unseen.
Favorite video part?
Tosh Town and Sight Unseen.
Nice. Favorite style?
Chet Childress, Dander Hobel.
Which skater had the biggest influence on the way you skate?
This is a random one. Ronson Lambert, dog.
Damn. And Jordan Taylor, your main man.
Yeah,
Off the sleepover.
Basically.
Most talented skateboarder on planet Earth.
Jerry Sue,
Oh,
my guy,
Sick.
fresh cover.
my drinking buddy.
Yeah. Congrats,
Yep,
Jerry.
that's what reminded me. Yep.
Favorite trick?
Back Smith. My bad, D Jones.
Damn.
You're a stud. You're a stud.
Not on that one.
I haven't seen Safa do. I haven't seen Safa do a backsmith either. So maybe on a flat bar or something.
Yeah, don't worry about my backsmiths, man. I got them. I gotta get one for the Bunt video. Hopefully I'll figure something out. But I have done it on a 10-stair handrail. Just so you know.
I can't wait for the Bunt video.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's gonna be banging.
10 years in the making.
Real.
That's
what you got to do.
Years.
That's what it takes.
That's what
Don't
it
rush
takes.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, you did do it on a handrail. Damn.
Favorite trick? Sorry, I said that. Hardest trick for you?
Switch heel.
Oh, I got that on you though.
Yeah. I mean, you're a stud, Donovan. Fucking, you're steez, dude. I'm not.
Nah.
Most illegal trick?
I'm so sick of no slide nollie flips and no slide nollie heels to regular. Cut it
What
out.
about no side to crook?
Oh, I mean, whatever. If you're old, doing it on a little curve might be steez. But yeah, if you're like a young dude doing a no side to crook, yeah, get out of here.
Favorite clip you've ever gotten?
Maybe that back 50 to Wally, the ender in Call It Venting 2. Go check it out.
Hell yeah. What's the worst trend you've been a part of?
Tall tees for sure.
No.
Yeah, at this
That's
at the skate park I grew up at, like if you don't wear a tall tee, you better just might as well leave. Like I said, it was
a
like
good looking skate park.
yeah, it was just like you better be G'd up with a fresh white tall tee on, or like fuck off, basically.
That's what's up. The good old days. What's the gnarliest trick you've ever witnessed?
Randomly on one of my SD trips, you know Rincon 4, that big 4-stair? I randomly was there on a session when Ryan DeCenzo did switch blunt on that little rail. And like I've been there for some other banger pro shit, but that's really all I could think of.
That's
That
a
is
nice random one. That thing looks scary as hell.
Yeah.
I've been there.
It was in some part. I don't know.
Forget what he also kick front tailed the hubba. I can't remember what the trick was for the line, but
He's a fucking savage.
what's the one trick that got away?
I almost kickflip back tailed this rail one time that was like a long 8-stair. And it was perfectly square.
Damn.
And it was one of those corner pocket rails. You know, where like the stairs go like this and the rail goes right down the middle, which is like best case scenario. Then it also had a kink, like a long kink. I was like a good 1.5 foot long kink. And I almost kickflip back tailed the Tafaki one time, and it's an SLC. It was the best rail ever. They had like a Mountain Dew unlock your spot contest on it. That's how good it was.
Damn.
And now it's gone, and that rail is the best.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sounds epic. What's the biggest bunt you've ever witnessed?
All right, I got a good one for this. So, if you guys remember Derek Elmendorf, do you remember Derek Elmendorf? He was on like Pal and Bones and stuff.
No.
All right, whatever. Well, either way, in one of the Pal videos in San Diego, there's like a 17 flat 17, and it curves. 17 flat
Jesus
17, and it
Christ.
curves, and then has a kink at the end too.
Perfect.
And he like 50'd it in like a
Holy.
Pal video or something. But my friend from SLC, we call him Trump Hausa. Trump Hausa can't really ollie that good. He can't. And so what his gimmick is drop and grind rails. He can kickflip and he can tray flip a little bit, but he's like, you know, he's our guy, and he would go on skate trips with us, but he's not like a talented skater or anything. But anyways, he drop and grinded after like 400 tries. He drop and grinded the Derek Elmendorf 17 flat 17.
Damn.
I didn't even think he could do it.
Jesus.
Like I was like, there's no way, but he did it. The homie held him up there, and he So whatever, we're on a 10-day long SD trip when we're young. We're like 22, 23. And like after that, we're getting a huge bottle. Like after Trump did that, we're getting a huge bottle. Like we're going in, we're drinking all night. And we're staying at like the best homie's house. I have the best friends in San Diego. Shout out Vindog, shout out Truman, shout out all my friends. But we're staying at like the coolest skate house, and like we're having a party after he drop and grind this rail. And Trump Hauser starts drinking, and he's basically like, yeah, I want to go back. I want to go back. And we're like, what? Like, what do you want to go back for, dude? He's like, I just want to like grind it and maybe like smith it. And we're like,
oh shit.
And we're like, I'm like ollie on? Like ollie on? He's like, yeah, I could for sure grind it. He can't really even grind like a little skate park like Forster rail. Like, I swear to God. Like, he can't grind a rail this tall. You know what I mean? There's like a full size big handrail. He's like, yeah, I for sure could like, after like 6 rum and cokes.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, I for sure could like grind it. And like, I maybe even want to smith it. I'm just like, I had to shoot him straight, dog. I had to be like, Trump, there's no goddamn way you're going to ollie onto that rail.
That's too good.
Let alone smith it.
Oh,
And
shit.
so yeah, that's the main bunt I could think of. But Trump House, a shout out,
Dude.
Bro, that's classic though. You're celebrating a hammer and you just think you got more in you, but it's all
Yeah,
good.
no way, no
Happens to the
goddamn
best
way.
of us.
Yeah, no
what's
way.
the last new trick you learned?
Fakey pop, shove it. Fakey 5-0, pop out
Ooh,
Nice.
on a skate park ledge.
nice.
Clean. Dream job after skating.
Oh man, I would like own a little diner or own a little restaurant because I worked at restaurants and bars forever. Like, you know, I love chatting with people. So it's like give everyone shit, greet them at the door, run a little diner, run a little bagel shop or something is like my dream job for sure.
That's
Or
sick.
like work on cars because I like old cars too. And I wish I knew I want to learn a little bit my way around an engine a little bit more. So maybe be like a mechanic or something. That's about it.
Nice. Favorite local brand?
Adult Toy Skate, a fake skateboard company that sponsors.
Favorite
Yeah.
local skater?
Mitchell Magoo, Mitch MacGyver, the first part in Barking at the
Let's
Knot. Go keep
fucking
barking at
go,
the knot
man.
if you haven't. Yeah,
Sick.
he's Steez.
What's the one sponsor you regret riding for?
Honestly, haven't had too many sponsors in my life. I mean, I was rep flow for a million different brands, and looking back on the tall tees and my stees when I was like 16, it's like I rode for audio.
Ooh,
I wore tall tees, and I was wearing, and they gave me Planet Earth clothes too. So I would wear like a tall tee with like a Planet Earth shirt on top of it and some whack audios. Like, doesn't get worse than that.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty
That's
hurtful.
hectic, G.
That's hectic.
Favorite teammate ever?
Nick Michael.
legend.
Yeah, he's on Frog. We're on the same tip where like sometimes we just need to go bust a nut at the skate park, dude. We're sick of going to spots, you know? We're sick of waiting around. Like, let's just go skate at the skate park and actually have a good time with each other and try to bust a fat air and like, you know, film some Instagram stuff. Like, so, and Nick's just like cool and calm headed and chill. And he's like this, like his mood is just like this. He's always chill, always dope, always nice. And I'm kind of like fucking boom, 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 crazy, boom, boom. So me and Nick are like, that's my guy. I've known him since I was quite young, actually, because Vegas, where Nick Michael and Daniel Dent, who films for Frog and Last Resort and stuff, they're from Vegas. So I'm 4.5 hours from Vegas. So we would take skate trips to Vegas when we were 18 and hang out with them.
Sick.
Nice. So they actually know you, unlike Jordan. from
Yeah. Yeah. They know
Those
me.
early encounters.
They know me. Yeah. They
Yeah.
know me from way back. We're homies. So
Okay, sick. Worst teammate ever?
Jesse Alba. I got a funny story real quick though. So like Seamus, the dude who made Barking at the Knot, and Jesse and them were just here a month and a half ago. And Jesse and all the frog dudes meet Seamus, obviously, because he's helping them with spots, and I'm like busy at some points. I had to go to my daughter's dance performance and like whatever. So Seamus is sending them spots. I'm sending them spots, whatever. So they eventually meet Seamus, and we're standing in a parking lot, and like Seamus is over in the distance skating, and I'm standing there with like Jesse Alba and a couple of my friends that are from SLC, and Jesse Alba's like, "Yeah, dude, I didn't know Seamus was a ginger." And I'm just like, that's fucking funny, dude. Yeah, he's a ginger. You know what I mean? Like he's joking, obviously. But then Jesse's just like, yeah, dude, that kind of sucks. And then like, I'm with other homies like from SLC that are just like friends with Seamus and don't know Jesse. You know what I mean? And they're kind of like, oh shit, like Jesse's pretty funny. You know what I mean? And then like he kept it going. He's like, and he's kind of short or something like that. I was like, dog, like what the fuck?
Let the man live.
Nah, Jesse's like I said, I haven't had too many like trips experiences. I've hung out in LA a handful of times with them and hung out in SLC, whatever. But Jesse like hangs out in the van with his headphones on, like watching a Dodgers games. Like seriously, like he's like, don't drinking a White Claw at like noon. Like I'm watching the Dodgers game. Like it's like really okay. Fucking nerd.
Love Jesse. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to come out of his mouth, but you can guarantee there's going to be a bunch of pauses.
Yeah.
It's the one thing you know is coming. Worst company.
God damn, I didn't write none down for this one. I don't know, like Etnies or Globe. Not fucking with it.
off the top.
Vans is the best.
There we
Get
go,
over
man.
it.
Go fucking time.
Put some real ones on.
Real shit. Worst trend.
Hipster belts. No, and like, no, you think I'm referencing Lucy's, but I'm not. Like, they make some cool belts. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you'll see like a skater who's like never worn a stud belt or like never worn some like leather belt with like little sterling silver circles in it ever before. And then all of a sudden now they're just wearing like a normal outfit, but then their belt's like their identity or something. And it's just like, dude, your belt's whack, dog. I'm sorry. That's my like, that's hot off the press, but yeah, weird belts.
It's just because you said it earlier, but we love Lucy over here.
No,
so,
I love Lucy
Jordan,
too, like I said.
Okay.
They make steezy belts. They make some that I would wear for sure, but it's just like for some reason there's like this belt trend going on. I don't know. It's like people just want to wear black pants and a black t-shirt like they always have, but then they wear some like belt you never seen them in, and it's like,
and they wear a
like
shirt
the main thing in the footy or
small
something
enough to see the belt,
where you could see the belt.
Yeah,
it's like their main accessory.
The cornerstone,
it's like their shoes or some
of the
shit.
Outfit now can be the belt,
and it's like, dude, you're 30. Don't wear a stud belt. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Worst style.
I couldn't think of anything for this one. I'm not that mean. I'm really not that mean. Nija, that's my dude, but whatever. Fuck it.
No.
Everyone will take that one.
No, it can't be, dude.
That's my guy. He made me waterfall the Tito's. What?
Last person you want on the sesh, G?
Just so I don't think for too long. Man, I feel bad throwing my dog under the bus, but I feel like everyone has this friend that like you've known them so long to where like you'll start trying something or get into a trick and right away they're like, dude, you're being a bitch. Just do it. And so I'm gonna and my friend who does this is my friend Cordell, even though he's like the best guy to have on a sesh. Because sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it right here. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like shut up. And it'll help me do it. But that guy on the sesh that like basically he'll just be like right away after like 5 tries, like, dude, you suck. You could just try it. Just go for it. And it's just like, yeah, dude, this is going to be a while. Like, fall back, dude. Give me those in 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, maybe give me the spiel, but it's only been 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
Cordell, man.
Respect.
Yeah, that.
Dude, Brophy, man. You came correct. Came through Studio E. Killed it.
Damn, I hope.
Bro, I'm still thinking about when Cody got folded by that drop kick, bro. That shit had me in tears.
That was amazing story. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for listening, y'all. Thanks for listening, for real. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Congrats on the part. Congrats on the video. SLC. Looks like a dope scene, man. Y'all got it going on. And thank you for coming on the pod.
Pull up anytime.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, Donovan. Thanks for hitting me up. Appreciate it, Seifa. You guys are real ones. You shot me straight. Boom.
Legend.
Hell yeah, G. Appreciate you.
You've got mail.
Welcome back to the post office, brought to you by our good friends over at Dickey's Skateboarding. Quality workwear since 1922, from the work site to the streets. Ain't nobody keep you fitted like Dickey's, man. All right, Ghost, familiar name sparking off the post office this week. Let's hear it, man.
My bad. Forgot to put my ring light on so you could see the shine. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Mr. Akko Jefferson himself told me it's time to come on home. Like Barkley and them used to roast LeBron.
So what do you think?
I don't know. It was just one picture just looked crazy. Certain angles, I'm like, damn, I might need to come home or go to Turkey.
That's a long way from home. You just wear a hat more often, dude.
No, I actually don't care though. All right. Mitchy Poo hitting up the fucking post office, eh? What's up, you bunting bunt holes? This is M Boo Boo in the fucking house. Let's get this shit cracking, yo. Still. Had a little question for y'all. I've been trying to explain to my homie Kenny Nguyen what makes a spot look good and what makes a spot look bad in footage, and I've been having a hard time explaining it to him. Maybe you guys can help me clarify. We recently went to a 3-flat-3 double set on Vancouver Island, and it looked so boring because it was kind of in the middle of a big grassy area with nothing in the background. I tried to explain to him if this was in the middle of a downtown in a city, it would make the clip look way better, but he still didn't seem to understand what I tried to say. Shake my head. He kept trying to convince me that the 3-flat-3 in the middle of the field looks sick, but I wasn't having any of it. Any chance you guys can help me make sense of what makes a clip look good and what makes it not look so good? Thanks so much for everything you guys do, always doing it for the people. Respect, my mystic brothers.
This is a tough
Great
one
email.
to explain to someone. You know, I feel like some people just need to get there on their own. For the longest time, this made no sense to me either. And then one day I was skating HTO with Bobby, and he was kind of messing around, kind of trying something. And then he couldn't really figure it out. And he was like, fuck it, man. The spot looks like Barcelona anyways. And I was like, is that sick? Like, I was kind of lost. And then he explained, he's like, yeah, Barcelona looks like shit in comparison to, some North American downtown cities, like what Mitch is trying to explain to Kenny here. This shit still doesn't bother me. Like, I love the way Barcelona looks. I love the way this spot in Toronto HTO looks, but there are definitely some spots that look a little bland. Yeah, it's really hard to explain. Kenny's just got to get there on his own.
Yeah. This reminded me of back in the day. You remember my buddy Rob Carley, who went to high school with me and Phil for a little bit. And he was actually the first person way back in those days to like say that to me. He said, I can't remember what spot he said looked boring and was like aesthetically not pleasing. And I was like, I made fun of him. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then, now I feel like an idiot because I totally get it now. He was just ahead of the game on the aesthetics of spots. But Mitch is definitely right. A lot of those like bland gray concrete spots are like the worst of the worst, where there's like nothing there, just like a gray 12 stair or something with gray wall and shit.
In Richmond Hill or something like that.
Yeah, like there's people that, Richmond Hill. People
like a
say
new
like
suburb
China
or
looks
something
like shit.
like that.
Yeah, But yeah, Kenny, listen to Mitch. You dig? And keep those tray flip crooks coming. Young boss still.
Gotta respect your elders, man. Mitch been around the game. He's seen some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trust the man, dog. All right, next up, we've got an email from Isaac Mayer. What up, my fellow handsome Buntlemen? Hope you guys had a splendid summer break, ripping and cracking cold ones. So hyped you guys are back just in time for the NFL season. After the shenanigans of last year's fantasy league with you guys, Mason, Costin, and Jesse, I was convinced to make my first fantasy group with my family. And let me tell you, I'm having a blast talking mad shit to my stepmom in our family group chat. So thank you for this wonderful joy. I have a question regarding staying loyal fans. I have a question regarding staying loyal fans of the hometown team. As I've gotten older, rooting for the hometown team has grown on me, and I realized how special it is to have that camaraderie with your city. But that being said, I have not always been one to be a diehard fan of them because of varying factors like bad ownership, the team sucks, controversial branding, etc. So despite being from Chicago, I always thought the Steelers were the sickest team ever when I was a kid. Maybe not as much right now with those two bozos behind center and the whole Trump thing, but for a long time they were. I love the Bears, don't get me wrong, but the Steelers will always have a special place in my heart. What are your thoughts on rooting for a team that isn't from your hometown, even if you are loyal to that one team for eternity, especially if you chose that team when you first got into the sport or when you were a kid? Congrats on season 22. Really appreciate you guys. Shout out Prosper Skate Shop from the South Side. Let's fucking do it.
Came to the right
that's
place.
That's crazy to cheer for the Steelers when you're from Chicago. The Chicago seems like a really like an OG football city. I fear this having a son now. That's why I'm like really pounding it home. Who we cheer for in this household? You know what I mean? So if you
want to subject him to that fucking life of misery of a Leafs fan,
there's one day we will win. We will win.
Poor guy, man.
Shit, I don't know. Say you're a Steelers fan. How do you feel about it? You're probably
we don't have a football team. So it's a little easier. But basketball. Everyone makes fun of me because I cheer for a bunch of teams. No one's as bad as a Tebow when it comes to that. But I fuck with the Warriors. It actually took me like a game and a half to lock in when we played them in the finals and be like, all right, no, Raptors, we need this. It kind of all depends on how it happened. If you just jump on a bandwagon when the going's good, then if there's a nice organic story to it, then
well, this seems organic. He chose him, so you are. Yeah, it's your right as a kid. You know what I mean? Do you want to cheer for what you think is cool?
Yeah.
I respect that. But I'm happy you started up a fantasy league with your family. I'm sure you guys will have tons of fun. Just sitting at home watching football today, I contemplated why I'm even in our other two fantasy leagues anymore, because the one with Mason and Costin and Jesse, it's insane. It's actually, that chat is pure comedy 24/7. I mean, there are certain few people who carry the chat, but when you play in leagues as long as we've been in the other ones, it kind of gets a little stale after a while. The money league, while it's for the biggest prize, is about as stale as it gets. The expiry date, I don't know, man. We need something in there.
I don't know. It's too serious, man. Fucking crickets in there every day. But
yeah.
there's only so many Jesse Albas out there to fucking carry a chat.
I might need to be the villain again. It used to be nice when I was the villain, and but I just got tired of it. I got tired of arguing.
Well, good luck in your fantasy league, buddy. All right. Next up, we got an email from Peter Morris, a voice note, actually. Let's take a listen.
Hey guys, I got a question for Seifa. I love that line where you do the nollie shove crook in your stuck up kids part. I've always wanted to learn that one, and I've been trying the last year, and I just seem to keep doing nollie shove nose slide. So I'm wondering if you got any tips. But I love all the Detroit spots in that video, and I love that you guys have been posting more videos on your YouTube as well. So keep up the good work. Hope you guys come back to Detroit soon. Much love from Michigan and from my son Gareth, who also listens to the pod with me. Right, buddy? All right. Peace, guys. Thanks for what you do.
Hey, legendary voice note right there. Not because of him shouting me out, but hype to get your son on the pod. And that you listen with him is awesome. Nollie, I mean, we were just in Detroit, so I don't know how soon we'll be back, but I don't know if you made it to the barbecue, but that was fun as hell, and hopefully you do that again one day. Nollie shove crook. I don't know if you're trying it straight on or from the side. It's obviously way harder from the side, but I feel like it's different from the side. Like it's more of a nollie big spin. But if you're going straight on, don't think about nollie big spin so much. Think about a nollie shove nose manual, and it'll just fucking pop right in there. Lean forward, you know what I'm saying? Let that crook bang, and we off to the races still. You got one coming up in the Bunt video? Yeah, I got one. I got one, Peter. I got one. Stay tuned.
Yeah. You like the Stuck Up Kids one or Stick Up Kids? It was Stick Up Kids?
I can't remember.
Richmond Hill? Is that what he's talking about? Richmond Hill one?
No, I did one at City Hall, front blunt of the bench from the other side.
Yeah, that's Stuck Up Kids. No. Yeah, Stuck Up Kids, the second one.
In the first one, I had a switch up crook. Yeah.
All right. There you have it. All right. Next up, we've got an email from Nick Olson. What up, boys? Y'all got any flat bars up in the 6? Love to hear about them. Who fucked them up? Thanks for everything. Peace, Nicholas. Pretty random question, but we have a legendary flat bar story from our crew growing up.
I feel like that's what he was trying to. Yeah.
Is that what he's getting at?
That's so random. Yeah, I'm trying to think if we have any other ones, but yeah, that story. I've said it before on the pod for sure, but we're all chilling, and our fearless leader Noah Tynes, who did successfully skate across the country, madman, and I think he's trying to get a flight home soon, so we got to get him on to do a little like mini interview about the trip at some point, a bonus ep or something. But yeah, he's very, I don't know what the word is, like he wasn't afraid, or beaming. We weren't supposed to beam back in the day. There's the 3 bad B's: biting, beaming, and bunting. And I don't know if this was his way around beaming, his own trick. And beaming, if you're not aware, is just like either when you land a trick and look up to see who is watching, or like talking about your own clips and shit. Yeah. So we're all chilling, and I can't remember how or why it came up, but he was like, "Hey, yo, Seifa, tell him what I did on white bars." I was like, okay. Switch board, switch blunt, switch crook, front blunt shove. Like just rifled them all off because it was across the street from my high
impressive.
School. Yeah, that thing was pretty
flat
scary.
Bar stunk, man.
Yeah, it was across the street from my high school, and Noah went to school around the corner, so he'd like meet me there, and we skated at lunchtime sometimes and watched the Noah demo. Any other flat bars in the city?
Yeah, there's that one up by Eglinton, that like long green one that kind of goes down a bit. I feel like they skated it in Ital. Warren skated it in Kibosh. I forget what he did. Maybe front blunt or something. Well, it's just like a little one.
Oh, not the one Dwayne Backsmith front 180'd? Not that
Yeah.
one. Like
think
the
so.
slightly. Yeah, I think it's dope.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in years.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah. That one. Yeah, thanks for the email. If you were looking for that Noah Tynes story, you got it, man.
All right. Next up, we got a voice note from a post office legend, Wayland Petramul X. Sorry, Petramul. I probably say that wrong every time. Here we go.
Don't hate me for saying this, but I used to skip the rundown on every episode for like 4 years. But since I recently moved back in with my dad, I've been going back and listening to the rundown on every single episode. And now I'm trying to listen more intently so I can bond with my dad over football and hockey more. So I just want to say thank you for giving me that insight. I appreciate y'all so much. But my question for you guys is, when did you guys consider each other to be more than just homies? Like, at what point did you guys feel that you became like family for each other? You guys can answer individually, or if there was like a shared moment, that's cool too.
Well, another legendary voice note.
Dude.
That's absolutely epic. That going to listen to old rundowns must be funny because it's so dated, and you can tell if our takes were completely horrible or the occasional genius. Yeah.
That's a crazy
damn,
one,
that's
man.
a tough question. Because we're looking at like, it's 2025, and I think we met in like 2000. I think.
Dude, we released our first video in 2005. It's like, is 20 years old, which is crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So we had to have been met years before that.
Yeah, it was 2000 or 2001. But when you're 25 years of friendship or so, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. I don't know if you have one off the top of your head, but I can't remember a specific thing, but I'll just say a time, because early in our cruise friendship, like there'd be like these big sleepovers at Aiden's house or at Dono's, and took me a minute to get the invite
Your
to those.
dad's too.
Oh, my dad's too.
Later on.
But like those started a little later. But I think in general, when we started having one-on-one sleepovers, that probably
Pause.
pause. No, but that's just like there's like the group dynamic, and then there's like when you just sleep over with one homie and like you really get to know each other. You know, it sounds. I'm also so fried right now, so I'm not liable for anything that comes out of my mouth. But I just like, you know, then it's like get to meet Judes and your sister, and you know, then it just feels like you become part of the extended fam when that happens. And that happened a billion years ago, so I can't pinpoint it, but I would say, and once those started, they were pretty frequent too. And like we just sit on MSN and you'd talk to Stanger, and we'd like or like, you know, just geek around like, oh, Stanger's online.
Back then we would have like, I mean, not serious, but like when you're like early teens, like, and maybe even like mid-teens, like wrestling and fighting is just like what little boys do basically. So we had like a ranking of like who could beat up who. There were some huge upsets, talking about Phil Mendelssohn taking down Cody Brown at Wellesley Station, which shocked the world.
Yeah.
But one time me and Seifa probably fought for like 2.5 hours, and there was no winner. And I remember when we both decided to give up, I was like, holy shit, like we might be equal here. Like there's no, it's impossible to win. But also, one thing that I remember, this was much longer on. We were in Miami and all sorts of, we were drinking or whatever, and we got into like a massive fight over like some other shit. We don't really need to get into all that. But at that point, like in the fight, I was like, I really hated him. Like, you know, we were really mad at each other. And coming back from a fight like that and becoming even closer, I was like, yeah, this guy's going nowhere. We gonna be tight forever.
Yeah, I was never worried about that, like having more, like when you're that drunk, You know,
No, but we were on a trip together for like another week, and there was like multiple days where we were
a couple
like
days
together,
but for sure
the whole day not talking.
But that was
But that's like, I mean, the
I got a
resiliency
concussion
of the
and you
friendship.
got a black eye, so it was like
Yeah, we
that was
actually fought,
heavy
which
duty.
was insane.
That was the dumbest thing we've ever agreed to, because Nick's like, I got boxing gloves, like settle it. But he only had one set, so I got the left hand, and yeah, whatever. That the sleepover one was way better, because it was just like there was no beef. That was just like testing each other. Like we'd always fight, like set up the fights in the group. But yeah.
But now it's crazy because we talk about it like quite often. We've been doing this for a long time, and there's no one I'd rather do it with. So shouts my dog, man.
Hell yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, I was trying to remember the other day, like, what it felt like, or just like the difference before the bunt. Like, it's crazy. It's almost been 10 years. Like, I almost can't remember what that was like now.
Yeah, what was our friendship like before that?
It was peak. Dog, when you lived at the beaches, that was the fucking best. He used to live,
That was.
like, 5 minutes down the street from me, and worked right down the street from my mom's old house.
Yeah.
Good times.
Crazy. We were doing every episode together in the same house.
Yo,
Those
yeah,
were the
meeting up for
days.
interviews.
Dude, we would meet up at 1:00 on a Sunday to do the pod and watch some football, and there was no pod getting done until halfway, like halftime of the night game. So just some long days. All right, that was fun. That was a really nice email. I hope we meet this father and son duo one day. We got to figure out where they're from and set up a barbecue there or something so we can get down.
Real talk.
But last email of the week. There's no question here. I just wanted to bring it up. From Brian Cooper. Just wanted to send this mainly to Safa, since his TJ Watt jersey was looking fire as fuck on the most recent episode. Happy opening weekend, boys. What a win today for Steeler Nation. D. Jones, I got the Lions versus Packers game on right now. Kind of surprised the Lions defense can't do shit with their blitzing towards Jordan Love. The dude is just standing there for like 5 seconds in the pocket with nobody coming at him. Anyways, it's week 1, so anything can happen. Stay good out there. But then, this kind of similar to one of the first emails, says Cooper from Dallas, and sends a picture of him and his son decked out in Steelers gear. So the Steelers are everywhere, it seems like.
Bro, this picture's epic, dude.
Yeah.
Epic picture. Mad respect, TJ Watt jersey as well. And damn, he's got a little Watt shirt on his son.
Yeah.
That's legendary right there. And that game was shocking. Like, I was
shocking.
I remember Bill Simmons
Aaron
chirping
Rodgers
that game before. Like, he's like, oh, it's going to be like 6-3 or something. Which I totally could have seen it being like a nasty, low-scoring game. But Aaron Rodgers went off on my bench in fantasy. Shout out to him. But Steeler Nation, we out here. What'd you think about your Lions, man? Yeah, 4 TDs.
Dude, that was not good. That was not good by the Lions, man. Yeah, the Packers came to play. Josh Jacobs and the defense was all over Goff. Goff couldn't make a decision. Gibbs couldn't get going. Not a good start, but opening day in Lambeau.
Very weird week 1.
Yeah.
I feel like they're always kind of weird and rusty and low, like
because they don't really play a preseason. This is like their first time really going. Yeah, the Packers looked great though.
I think they're gonna win that division, man. Like,
it's possible.
I think the Lions take
really
a
interested to
step
see.
back.
Okay, we're going into the rundown next, so let's just pause on this.
Yeah.
But shout out Steeler Nation showing up in the post office this week with a big win, 1-0. Steeler Nation, man, right on their way to what are they going to finish? 10-7? Is that what's happening? Congrats, Steeler Nation.
11-6, shock the world.
Yo, get your emails, voice notes, videos, photos, whatever you got. buntlive@gmail.com. Let's get it. Welcome back to The Rundown, the skateboard world source for sports, brought to you by NFL Canada. If you haven't already, it's not too late. Draft your fantasy teams at NFL Fantasy. Safa, how's your fantasy team looking, man? And when I refer to fantasy team on the pod, we talk in the skate league, all right?
The skate league?
The skate league. How you looking? And what's your matchup saying right now?
Dude, I'm against, actually down to the wire, barn burner. I'm projecting 107 and Atiba's projecting 106. And we're literally tied at 97.8. He has Lamar going right now, and I have Derrick Henry and Tyler Loop, the new kicker down in Baltimore. So as you can imagine, I'm nervous. I need another 50-yard field goal, my guy, and maybe one more TD from D. Henry. I'm not trying to start 0-1 to Atiba, who like so dust. Like it's an embarrassment to lose to Atiba, man. And I think this is my best team that I drafted. I got Rashee Rice on ice. I got BTJ, you know what I'm saying? McMillan, Derrick Henry, Amarian Hampton, Jaden Daniels. Like, come on, man. I can't be losing to this scrub who picked Puka than Lamar Jackson.
You got a good looking team.
It's nice.
Atiba's one of those wild cards, man. You never know. Like, you got... That guy's capable of anything.
How you looking?
I'm projected for an easy win over Costin. You know how it is. Costin. Josh Allen that's all he's got, really. And right now he's only got less than 12 points going up against Baltimore halfway through the third quarter. So I'm up now, and I still got Jay Jettas and Aaron Jones going tomorrow. So we should cruise to a nice 1-0, sending Costin down to the bottom half of the league.
I like it.
Couple games. I don't know if you were watching on the airplane. You had a crazy travel day today. But the Bengals, it's not too important that they only won by 1 point, because usually they start slow. How important is it that they got the 1-0? Not how they did it, but getting the 1-0.
Dusty fantasy day across the board for the Bengals, but they were looking like their usual crap selves. And Flacco had them down. I actually got lucky. Like, the Wi-Fi was good. I was streaming Red Zone for most of the day, trying not to puke. And Flacco had them down there, and then they had a tip pass turnover, but they could have kicked the field goal around the 2-minute mark, and they turned it over. So like, they had a really good chance to win. You know, they somehow always keep it close with the Bengals, even if their team sucks. I don't know how they've
it's
just
the defense.
The
defense is great.
Yeah, dude, they sacked him 3 times in a row. That was crazy.
Well, there's still offensive line issues in Cincy. They had to spend the whole offseason worried about keeping their big dogs, Hendrickson, Chase, and Higgins. Like, they had no time to go get anything else, but getting the win, absolutely huge. Another game, we were talking about it a little bit at the end of the post office. The Packers and Lions, not actually surprised. The surprising thing is how poor the Lions offense was.
Yeah. There's actually a historic stat today put up by the Lions. Jahmyr
nice.
Gibbs, of all people. You know, my guy Jahmyr, 10 catches for 31 yards. No one's ever had that many catches with that few yards. So unfortunately, we don't play in PPR because that would have saved the day. But yeah, I think Jordan Love hurt his knee game 1 last year in Brazil. I feel like he was never quite the same that whole season. Like, last year we saw him break. The year before we saw him break out. Their defense is super young. I think they were the youngest team in the league last year, if I remember correctly. But I think this is the year it all comes together for them. I think they win that division. I think the Lions take a slight step back, losing their 2 OCs. I mean, their 2 coordinators. And did they lose their defensive coordinator too? He's the coach of the Jets now, I think. Anyways, we know they lost the offensive genius Ben Johnson, and that's the one game we haven't seen yet. I'm hyped to see that tomorrow.
I need to see what he's got up his sleeve with the Bears.
I know.
Because
I think big year for the Packers, man. Big year for the Packers.
I agree. They could go on to win it. Chargers and Chiefs, you were in Cincinnati for the season opener. It's not looking good for the Chiefs, dude. It's ugly, man. The offense is ugly. Pacheco looks like Isaiah Stewart. He runs like Isaiah Stewart, man. They're bouncing around for no reason, bro.
Yeah. That game, I was not 100% locked in. We were at the bar, and I got wasted. But I did see Mahomes overthrow some dudes. Just nothing seemed to be clicking. But Brazil game to start, like that's gonna be a little wonky. Worthy got his shoulder popped by Kelsey like right at the start of the game, and Rice is already out. So, I feel like we can't fully judge their offense yet. But I think this is gonna be a big bounce back year for Mahomes, man. I think he's still going scorched.
Bounce back. They made it to the fucking Super Bowl.
No, but I mean like as an individual, like
statistics.
Yeah,
okay.
Like it's been 2 years of him being subpar compared to his own standards. So,
but how important was this for the Chargers? A team with high hopes. They really think they're better than the record showed last year and the season before when they lost to. They lost to Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs.
That was crazy comeback.
Huge game for Justin Herbert. Did you see the back and forth between Ryan Clark and John Harbaugh?
No.
Ryan Clark came out and said, I forget the quote exactly, but he said something about like, what has Herbert won? Like, why are we praising him? And then Harbaugh, after the game, was asked about the quote, and he said something along the lines of, funny for Ryan Clark to talk. He rode shotgun for a team run by Troy Polamalu and James Harrison, and now a franchise is in Herbert's hand, and all Ryan Clark's holding is a microphone. So it'll be interesting to see what comes from Ryan Clark. You know he's about his rants. He'll be talking 3-4 minutes about Harbaugh defending himself, but I like that quick
Ryan
stab.
Clark's been kooking himself a little bit, man. Like I used to be a bigger fan. Now it just kind of annoys me. He's always just seems like he's preaching like he's like holier than thou. I'm like, oh, chill, bro.
That's why I was happy to see that quote.
Yeah, that's a dagger right there. I like it.
Mm-hmm. But Herbert did his thing.
That was very impressive and kind of shocking because you're just so used to the Chargers choking and the Chiefs owning them and Kelsey specifically owning them. So when he had that huge touchdown, I was like, oh, here we go. But I don't know. Maybe this is the beginning of a new era in that division. Denver and the Chargers ain't fucking around.
So we've seen almost all the games of week 1.
Yeah. Are the Chargers in that division? Or am I tripping?
They're with the Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone played, yeah. We've seen almost all of week 1. This is now where we kind of go back and look at our drafts and be like, oh, who did I take him in front of? Or when did that guy go? Who's the one guy you wish you had a piece of? Just seeing 1 week in.
Man, I really was hoping to get either a Bijan or a Drake London or even a Penix Jr. in our 2 QB league, and I got none of them in 4 leagues. I mean, I got Kyle Pitts.
We're gonna stick with you. Got none of them.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he had 15. I think he had fucking like 7 catches or something today. He actually had a decent day. Let me check. But yeah, I was really hoping for some Drake London or some Bijan. In that other league the Ants started, I got snaked by fucking Viggs. Like I had the 4th pick, and then he took Bijan right before me. Then he took Jaden Daniels right before me, And then I can't remember. He took 3 players that like I felt like I would have had a super team. Fucking drove me crazy in that draft. Yeah, 8 targets, 7 catches, 59 yards, man. It's not bad.
59 yards?
I mean, it's not great, but 8 targets, I'll take that every week.
So you wanted some of that Atlanta Hawks or Atlanta Falcons
What
offense.
about you?
Dude, it's got to be Breece Hall. Did you not see? He went crazy. We're talking about the third pick.
Too.
We're talking about the third pick last year. And now I
took him second. Yeah.
He's gone absolutely. I mean, it's one game, but the Steelers do have like above average run blocking defense, and he did his thing. And people were worried about Braylon Allen, and it didn't seem like that was much of a concern.
I hate when those preseason things like fuck up.
Bro, he went in like the 4th round.
Bro, I wanted Breece Hall for a minute, and then like the talk got too loud. Like,
yeah, last week he was my guy that could jump up there, and you talked me out of it too. I was like, shit, man. Any voice can fucking infiltrate your brain. God damn it.
I know. Dude, Ibuka, that pissed me off too. I have him in
catch.
I have him in the 10th round in our keeper league. So let's see how this year goes for him. But he looks like a beast. But I just already had him in 2 leagues, I think, and then in the league with do we have a name for that league? We need a name, the skate celebrity league, whatever the fuck we're gonna call it. But I just left him there for I just left him there for so long, and I was like, I already have 2 Ibuka shares. Let me grab a Matthew Golden instead. And then that fool had 2 catches, 16 yards, and fucking Ibuka went crazy on my bench.
Yeah, he went nuts, man.
But he looks like a beast, man. Two beautiful touchdowns today.
Dude, Baker back up to his old tricks, man. Baker Mayfield happy that this guy's found this career resurgence. All right, that's it for football. It was week 1. We're going to get into that after. Have you heard about the LA Clippers controversy?
I did, man.
Dude, when Kawhi was here and he was asking for all this crazy shit, like he wanted a private plane, he wanted shares of the Raptors, he wanted shares of the Maple Leafs. I thought it was just, this is what you would have to do to stay in Canada. You know what I mean? This motherfucker made Steve Ballmer start a fake company to give him more money. And Steve Ballmer agreed.
Bro, I am very curious to see what Adam Silver is going to do about this. Like, that's bad. That's a huge, like, stain on the league right now. And it's just crazy because Kawhi's been so dusty for them. Like, yeah, of course, when he plays, he's great, but like the series of horrible luck since he went to the Clippers has been insane. Like missing so many playoff games and shit. It must be so frustrating. Like being like agreeing to something like that. Like, yeah, I must slide you 28 mil under the table, and you're fucking rehabbing your knee again. Like,
bro, these guys have so much money too. It's like, dude, why is this necessary? You're gonna get like the biggest max contract. This is crazy, man. Insane. But before we go, one more thing. You know how it's become kind of like when people are on their like concert tours, they'll come to a hometown. Drake does it all the time, and he'll like get a celebrity from the city to walk out with him. Mm-hmm. So Morgan Wallen, country star, he does this now too. He comes to Toronto and he wants Austin Matthews to walk out with him, which is normal. He would get a huge ovation. This is all rumor, something I heard on the internet, but if it's true, this is my captain. Austin's like, I'm coming to the show with a couple buddies from the team. Like, we should all walk out. And Morgan Wallen's like, nah, like I just do it with one person. And Austin's like, well, if my boys can't come, that one person ain't gonna be me. And he held it down for his boys, and that's my fucking captain. I think
he didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
Wow, that's like, just do it. Who cares?
He's riding with his dogs, dude.
Yeah, I respect his standing on business.
On business. Floyd Mayweather fighting Mike Tyson coming up. Thoughts on that? For that Netflix bag, probably.
Yeah, damn, bro. No thoughts. That just seems insane. I don't like Mike Tyson going in the ring all the time, man. I don't want this fool to fucking dust himself. Keep the brain cells you have left, man.
Shit. A whole bunch of rumors. I was probably on the internet too much this week. Did you see the back and forth between Anthony Edwards and KD?
No. What now? Don't. That's like his favorite player.
I know. I forget how it started, but Anthony Edwards was like, "Nah, I can't talk shit on KD because he's got 2 burner accounts." And then KD came back. He's like, "Motherfucker, you 22 with 4 baby mamas or something like that."
Oh shit! I did not see that.
He came off the top ropes.
But yeah, it's all love between those two. I'm pretty sure. Like, Olympic teammates, and like he's said, KD's like his favorite player many times. So that's hilarious.
All right, y'all. Enough from the rumor mill and talking about shit we heard on the internet. That's gonna wrap up episode 2 of The Bunt. Y'all know where to find us next week.
Yeah, title defense starts now. Simon, you punk bitch, you want this? You gonna have to work for it, man. Damn, my team sucks, but yours is even worse. Let's go. Week 1. Don't want to jinx it. Josh Allen, keep sucking.
That's a fucking huge pause. All right.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.